This is the worst mount in the history of this game. Frankly, nothing else comes close. There are criteria that these mounts will be judged on, the first being looks, and if we look at the Frost Plains Battle Boar, we can see it is hideous. If you have played this game, if you have seen these boars, you know they are despicable. And they run like they have shit between their buns. Its ugly face is covered by even uglier armor. The colors are disgusting and uncomplimentary. It's off-putting. The other primary criteria that these mounts will be judged on is the method of obtaining them. The method of obtaining the Frost Plains Battle Boar is Glory of the Draenor Dungeon Hero. This involves doing every single dungeon achievement in the Warlords of Draenor expansion, which requires you to have a group of 4 other people that are motivated by this. And so if you went up to your group of friends, because we all have friends who play World of Warcraft, right? You go up to them and you say, I'd like you to come along and do some frustrating achievements in old, irrelevant dungeons. Are you interested? It'll only take a few hours. And your friends look at you and they say, I could see myself doing that for the right reward. What do we get at the end of this journey? Your chest tightens. You swallow hard and you feel ashamed that you have to tell them the reward for all their hard work is this. I want you to ask yourself if you think your friends are still willing to help you now that you've shown what you're really after. Right now, we're in a category known as bottom ass. Now, we've got a few more to go before we get into the delightful F tier, but I need you to understand something. Some of these mounts I will have a lot to say about. Those mounts will be closer to the bottom of the list and closer to the top of the list, because there is a lot in this game that just kind of sits somewhere in the middle and is pretty unremarkable. That being said, we're gonna go through all of them. But some of them I'll list the name and move on, or some of them I'll have quite a story to tell. So look forward to that. Coming in at number 1454, the Sandy Shalewing. This mount is earned during the Turbulent Timeways event, which has the achievement for maintaining your Timeways buff for 5 weeks. To do that achievement and be rewarded with this ugly rock with wings made of rock, this thing that should be on the bottom of the ground is the bottom. It's all, this thing sucks. That's why it's so low on this list. The Pale Hide Direhorn. This fuck costs 500,000 gold. 500,000 for this bald bastard. Why did I buy this? I'll tell you why I bought this, because they implemented the Brutosaur, and I couldn't afford it, but I wanted to show that I had some money, so how about I spend it all on this? The next best thing. I regret it. I have so much regret in my soul. I've ridden this mount for maybe a total of 20 minutes since I bought it when it came out. I will never ride it again unless I click on it by accident. Number 1452, the Bone Hoof Toralis. Now this mount is extra special because it God makes me mad. This mount was implemented as a drop from Tahanta, and you'll see that if you look at the mount journal. Now Tahanta is a rare that spawns in Maldraxxus, and you might take your characters and park yourself at Tahanta and kill this beast a few consecutive times every day on all your alts, trying to get this mount to have that +1 in your journal. Surprise. It could never drop. No, it couldn't, because you needed Nina. A little ugly undead crap pants that you gotta have by your side Because that's the hidden condition for this mount to drop. You have to have Nina. Where else does this mechanic appear in the game? Oh, I don't know. Nowhere at all. Where does it tell you in the game that you need to do this? Oh, I don't know. Nowhere at all. This was so mean. To do this was so stupid and mean, and I'm still mad about it however many years later. Coming in at 1451, we have the Nyalothan Shadow Worm. You might be saying, this one really so low on the list? Yeah. Because what you might not know is that I'm not even showing you the Nyalothan Shadow Worm right now. I'm showing you the Riddler's Mind Worm, but they look like the same fucking mount. Nobody can tell them goddamn apart. And to get this mount, you gotta work hard. I would love to show off that I did the solo 8 mask visions in each fucking vision, but I don't want to ride this pit stain because people are going to look at it and go, hey, he's just got the Riddler's Mind Worm, who cares? Because clearly every other person in the game is thinking and talking about what mount I'm riding. And they're all going to look at me and say I'm stupid because I'm riding the Riddler's Mind Worm, and I'll say, no guys, it's the Nyalothan Shadow Worm, this one's way harder to get. And they'll say, screw you, Tyler, eat my shorts. And I'll be sad. Next on this list, at number 1450, is the Boulder Hauler. We've gone over how ugly these things are. This thing is just ugly, and I don't like its name. Boulder Hauler. You are a boulder. Go haul yourself off a cliff. And don't fly. Because why can you fly? 1449, Armored Razorback. Stupid ugly boar, kill itself. 1448, Crimson Mudnose. I don't like these moles very much, and this one is by far the ugliest. 1447, Imagine. Imagine any other mount. Any at all. Imagine a mount, and it's better than this one. Most of them. 1446, the Riddler's Mind Worm. We talked about it, it's bad. And at the top of our bottom ass category, the Ensorcelled Everworm. Now, yeah, this guy comes with a quest, but having a quest doesn't mean it's okay to be ugly. It's never, ever okay to be ugly. Definitely not on this list. Next up, we got the Tyranitor. Titanic Turd. This thing, I was so excited for the duos feature that they announced, and then I saw this. I saw that he's like the Pale-Eyed Direhorn if it was one of those ugly fucking turtles. Oh my god. Oh no. Oh no. Right above it at 1443, Domesticated Razorback. You know I love these boars. Right above that, 1442, Bronze Goblin Wave Shredder. This entry was originally just me crying for a solid 36 minutes, but we had to cut that. We don't want to waste much time. Let's just keep it moving. 1441, Cataloged Shalewing. Oh boy, rock. 1440, Golden Discus. 1439, Mogu Hazeblazer. 1438, Sky Surfer. I'm going to tell you now, there are not a lot of mounts in this game that I like when they're stood upon. They're standing mounts, okay? These little discs, when it was just the Lore Walker one in the original Mists of Pandaria, I enjoyed that mount. It felt unique and had flavor, but as a general mount that we're going to keep reskinning, that's just a disc on a cloud, they're so nothing. They're absolutely nothing. Next up, So Easy's Vintage Wave Shredder. Now this one gets some bonus points because it's got a hilarious jestful pun in the beginning of it, but who cares, it's a wave shredder, get it out of my sight. 1436, Forged Spite Flyer. 1435, Bronzewing Vespoid. 1434, Vespoid Flutterer. Of all the times to implement a wasp mount, could you imagine if we just had like an actual wasp mount? Like the same as Honeyback Harvester, but it's like a giant wasp. I feel like that would be so like 10 times, 1,434 times cooler than these things. But unfortunately, we got these things. Hey, 1433 is the Red Flying Cloud. Remember we talked about those guys? Yeah, Cloud, great. 1432 is a Morsel Sniffer. Did you know rocks can fly? 1431, Sarge's Tail. Why we get Anime Rat? listen, I like big rats. I like big rats. But they're trying too hard to make him cute or something, or anime eyes. He's got these big eyes that are like anime. 1430 Rock Tusk Battle Boar. 1429 Great Gay Tusk. Great Gay. 1428 Vicious War Turtle Alliance. I distinguished between the Alliance and the Horde versions for all of the vicious mounts. Most of them are pretty similar in where they were ranked on the list. Like right now, we got 1427 Adorned Vombata, and then 1426 is the Horde version of the Vicious War Turtle. 1425, the Inquisition Gargon. Gargon these nuts. 1424, Zai Trusty Gear Glider. Not really a big fan of these discs. I feel like I liked the uniqueness of the Tazavesh themed discs, and now they just kept adding them, so we've lost a lot of what makes it feel special or unique. 1423, Russet Bufanid. I feel like they do this thing every once in a while where they're like, oh, we struck gold when we made this frog model. These frogs are so great. What if no matter what the next patch is, let's just use the frog model again? And like there's got to be frogs in heaven, right? Is that what Zareth Mortis is? Is it like heaven if the Maw is hell? I don't listen to me. Frogs from heaven. This guy should be in hell though. Next up is the Palehide Mushan Beast. Calescent Shalewing. Rock. Curious Crystal Sniffer. Pig. Heartlight Vombata, another pig. Explorer's Stonehide Pack Beast. Originally, I thought I was going to like these models when I saw them for the first time in Dragonflight. I don't know, they kind of just feel like worse Kodos to me in a lot of senses. 1417, Death Runner. Protoform, Stag. I think this is the first one you get for like free. He should run himself to death. 1416, Dashing Windsteed. I thought I liked the Windsteed models, and then they did the thing again where they add a bunch of reskins, and I guess this is better because we got reskins of a store mount that now you can get in the game, so you're not forced to buy the store mount if you want to ride a Windsteed, but I don't know. I don't know. Gold Plate Bufanid. 1414 Thunder Drum Misfire. Now, I guess I'm glad that we got some rockets that are a bit more easier to obtain than the trading card ones or the Big Love rocket, but I don't know, it doesn't feel very special or anything, really. It's kind of just a rocket, you know? Next up, Vicious Warstalker Horde, followed by the Vicious Warstalker Alliance. These were an interesting choice for a Vicious mount, I'll be quite honest. I don't think they worked very well. 1411 Duskwing Ohuna. These birds are hit or miss for me. This one's a miss. 1410 Ballistic Bronco. I love the Brawlers Guild so much. I'm going to do it whenever, anytime they re-add it or change it or add new rewards. I'm always going to do it. I love the Brawlers Guild. This was a terrible choice for a mount for the Brawlers Guild. I don't know. I feel like we could do better than this, right? We can do better than that. 1409 Ferocious Jawcrawler. Now this guy, we can give this guy some points because there is only one. You will not find any other Jawcrawler. There is only the Ferocious one. You know, it makes it feel more special. So yes, it's a model that I don't really like, but I would have hated it even more if there were 6 different versions of it. I feel like it sucks the life out of a fun new mount to have so many different colors. And, like, that could be a totally bogus opinion that a lot of people are going to disagree with. I don't know. I like when a mount feels special and is instantly recognizable by just seeing the mount. What comes to mind is the Shackled Urzul, which is an instantly recognizable mount as being from a tough thing that was Mythic and Taurus. And then it got reskinned a couple times. And now I can't even remember. When I look at the Urzuls, I probably couldn't tell you which one was the original, which is actually sad. Because, you know, the original one felt very special, and I feel like getting these reskins, It made people happy because these are cool mounts, but it was also just like, oh, you know, if you have the original one, suddenly it feels less special because there's reskins of it. Like, I'm 2,000% autistic. Let's move on. Armored Frost Boar. Mechanized Lumber Extractor. Now, this one was not going to be this low, but now there's actual lumber in the game. So this guy being called Lumber Extractor, and you actually can't use him to extract lumber, like unless you get the achievement to use any mount when extracting lumber, but then this guy just doesn't. He's not any different. 1406, Fell-Scorned Grandmaster's Companion. They fucking poisoned my boy. He doesn't even talk anymore. He's just like, he's all green and he's sick and they killed him. He's dead. He's not dead, but look at him. I miss the old Fell-Scorned. Wait. Not Fell-Scorn. I missed 1405, Darkened Vombata. Another pig. The final mount at the top of our F tier. The best of the worst. Everything above this, I can safely say, I feel mundane towards. We're out of the mounts that I actively dislike. Ancient Salamander. I'm very surprised that I put this one in F tier because I like the Salamander mounts. I don't like that this guy's bald. Like, I feel like it just looks so wrong when compared to the other Salamanders. Like, I feel like they had so much character because of their little floppy bulbies on their head. And this guy just seems so naked. And it makes me a little uncomfortable.
Bar fighting, yeah.
Mount.
Collection, yeah.
Starting off our D tier is the Black Steel Battle Boar. Now this guy reminds me of another mount. You guys remember the Frostplains Battle Boar? Let's take a moment to think about how bad it was just for a second. 1402, Savage Ebony Battle Turtle, followed by the Savage Blue one, followed by the Alabaster, followed by the Crimson, followed by the Green. 1397, Vandal's Gear Glider. Again, not a fan of the gliders. This one's just more the same. Next up, we got Buzz. This is the only wasp to escape the F tier, and I'm pretty sure it's just because of the name. 1395, Zenit Hatchling. 1394, Anointed Protostag. Oh boy. 1393, Cryptic Auralid. Oh boy. 1392, Daystorm Windsteed. 1391, Giant Cold Snout. Despite his name, he's the same size as everybody else.
Oh, brother, this guy's...
1390 is the Royal Swarmer. Next up is the Pearlescent Goblin Wave Shredder. Next up is the Depth Stalker. Oh my god, it's another jellyfish. I like the actual jellyfish. I don't like these ones. 1387 is the Nether Gorged Great Worm. When they added the actual Mana Worm models in Midnight, I feel like they blew this fucker out of the water. Like, this thing is just, I don't know, it's trying too hard to be special, I think, and you can't pull that off when you're using the Cloud Serpent animations. The amount of flying things they just decided to pull out of their ass in this game and slap it onto a Cloud Serpent model, like, I get it. I get why you do that, but it's so visible. If you're me. Next up is the Grandmaster's Prophetic Board. More like pathetic loser. 1385, Grey Ram. 1384 is the Grey Elec. 1383 is the Spotted Frost Saber. 1382 is the Swift Frost Saber. 1381 is Swift Brown Steed. 1380 Swift Gay Steed. 1379 it's the White Stallion. 1378 it's the White Ram. 1377 it's the Brown Horse. 1376 is the Swift Palomino. 1375 it's the Palomino. 1374 it's the Swift Miss Saber. 1373 it's the Pinto. 1372 is the Chestnut Mare. 1371 it's Old Mole Rufus. How'd you get in here? 1370 it's the Trained Rock Tusk. There's more boars, but every once in a while I just get mad when I have to list one of these boars because I remember these boars are in the game. 1369 Swift Green Griffin. 1368 Swift Blue Griffin. 1367 Sundered Zareth Steed. This one I am don't care about. 1366 Swift Red Griffin, 1365 Swift Purple Griffin. Now for ranking these armored griffins so low, I do really like the griffin models. I love all the griffins in this game, but the armor really takes away from the look of these griffins. I feel like the armor is just a net negative on these guys. But as for 1264, the Remembered Golden Griffin, this guy is worse because I really don't like the blue filter they just slap on some of these mounts. That became a theme recently, and it just, I don't know, it makes it look worse in my opinion. 1363 is the Cartel Masters Gear Glider, slightly better than the other gear gliders. 1362 is the Arctic Wolf. 1361 is the Spotted Black Riding Goat. I like that they added goats. 1360 Crimson Lupine, 1359 Gore Spine. These guys also have poop in their ass. And that's fine, because they have a cool skull on their face. I think they fit really well with the theme of Maldraxxus. I'm gonna give it a pass for just being a reskin of the Draenor boars. This guy's the worst color scheme out of all of them, though. 1358, the Shimmering Aurelid. Somebody tell me if I'm pronouncing that wrong, and I won't care. 1357 is the Pale Regal Cervid. Same thing. Never heard that word before. Don't tell me. Holy moly, it's a bunch more turtles. 1356, Great Purple Dragon Turtle. 1355, Great Red Dragon Turtle. 1354, Great Brown Dragon Turtle. 1353, Great Blue Dragon Turtle. 1352, Deep Star Aurelid. 1351, Great Black Dragon Turtle. You can't say you're black if you're not, and we're not going to dive any deeper into that. 1350 is the Bronze Helicid. I can't believe that these were the first snail mounts that got added. Like, of all times to decide to implement snails, you do it with the Zereth Mortis protoform synthesis system. The snail mounts are all pretty good. These ones just lose points because they're protoform synthesis, and they have the exact same vibe as every other protoform synthesis mount in the game, and there are so goddamn many. 1349 is the Trained River Wallow. 1348, Vicious War Croaker. Prototype Leaper. More of this. 1346, Purple Dragon Turtle. 1345, White Riding Camel. 1344, Grey Riding Yak, followed by the Great White Kodo, followed by the Gloomdark Nightmare. It sucks to rank this specific unicorn so low on the list, because honestly, this would be my most requested color variation for a long time. Ever since I saw it in Legion, I wanted this as a mount. And then they added 35 other unicorns before this one, and now I can't even be happy that this one's in the game. There is some serious bloat with this skin specifically, but I don't have to tell you that, because if you're this far into a video about mounts, you already know how many fucking unicorns there are in this game. 1341 is the Dire Wolf. 1340, Coalfist Gronling. Shout out to this guy for being a cheap frickin' mount. Anyone can get this baby for like 200 gold on the auction house, and he's pretty unique. There aren't a lot of Gronlings in the game, so him being accessible is nice. Everybody clap for the Coalfist Gronling. 1339, Black Dragon Turtle. You're not black. 1338, Chosen Teralis. 1337, Garnet Ruin Strider. 1336, Desert Wing Hunter. 1335, Brown Wolf. 1334, Black Riding Goat. 1333, Brown Dragon Turtle. 1332, Brown Kodo. 1331, Crimson Vorquin. Dauntless Dusk Runner. Guardian Vorquin. Ice Mammoth. Lurid Bloodtusk. Majestic Armored Vorquin. Grey Kodo. Great Gay Grey Kodo. Golden Riding Crane. Dark Riding Talbuk. Great Brown Kodo. Colossal Plague Spew Marat. 1319, Star Grazer. 1318, Warbred Teralis. 1317, Garnet Razorwing. 1316, Russet Ruin Strider. 1315, Igneous Shalewing. That's right, a Rocky boy made it up into D tier. Good for him. 1314, Vicious War Croaker. The last one was the Horde one, this is the Alliance one. I didn't say that before, I just thought you knew. 1313, Soaring Razorwing. I've listed a bunch of these Razorwings. I feel like Korthia had some good mounts. Korthia had some good additions to the game. I hate Korthia. I hate it a lot. 1312 Silver Riding Crane, 1311 Swift Armored Vorquin, 1310 Great Golden Kodo, Goblin Trike, Modest Expedition Yak. You're not an Expedition Yak, you're just a regular yak. Keep my wife's name. 1307 Echo of Aln Sharan. Remember what I said about them slapping a blue filter on something? And remember when I said they reused the Cloud Serpent model? Hannah Montana ass, best of both worlds.
What?
1306 Heartbond Lupine. 1305 Obsidian Vorquin. 1304 Feathered Wind Surfer. 1303 Raptora Swooper. 1302 Red Dragon Turtle. 1301 Armored Vorquin Lay Strider. 1300 Vicious War Gorm. We didn't have to, like, colonize these guys. Leave them alone. 1299 Ineffable Skitterer. I like the spider mounts. They're still not very good. 1298 Woolly Mammoth. 1297 Umber Rune Strider. 1296 Craghorn Chasm Leaper. Boy, do I got a story for you. Did you know if you log out immediately after collecting a mount, sometimes it just doesn't fucking save? Did you know that? Because I learned that after grinding 30 fucking hours of island expeditions to get my last island expedition mount, the Craghorn Chasm Leaper. Let me spend all my doubloons on a big old chest that's got a chance to drop it. Oh my goodness me, it dropped! Oh my goodness me, I'm gonna add it to my collection and I'm gonna log out because I'm so fucking bored of this game and I accomplished my goal. I log back in. What? It's gone? What? I still don't have it. And I'm not going to... Scarlet Helicid is up next. Look at this cool snail. 1294 Bronze Wilderling. Remember when you say you reused the Cloud Serpent model? 1293 Vicious Dream Talon Alliance version. Again, I love the Dream Talons. Putting armor on them like this, making them all spiky and whatever, it kind of ruins the vibe. Like, am I crazy for thinking that? 1292 Stormpike Battle Charger. 1291 Ravenous Shredclaw. 1290 is the Plague-Rot Taralis. 1289 is the Grand Ice Mammoth. 1288 Gravestone Battle Gargondi's Nuts. 1287 Forest Windsteed. 1286 Dusklight Razorwing. 1285 Delusion. I don't care if they have creative names, you can't just make a mount green and expect me to like it. 1284 Black Riding Yak. 1283 Baril Ruin Strider. 1282 Bestowed Thunderspine Pack Leader. 1281 Aquamarine Swarmite. I feel like there's opportunities for Nerubian mounts that didn't need to be a reskin of these, but I digress. 1280 Battle Gargondi's Celesas. 1279 Black War Mammoth. 1278 Blonde Riding Yak. 1277 Cerulean Ruin Strider. 1276 Dark War Talbuk. 1275 Carter's on the counter. God, fucking. Tell him what you did. Yeah. 1275, Desires Battle Gargondi's Nuts. 1274, Grand Black War Mammoth. 1273, Brimstone Courser. 1272, Drake of the West Wind. I like the Windy Drake models. West is the worst one. 1271, Emerald Raptor. 1270, Green Skeletal Warhorse. 1269, Salatrancer. 1268, Talent. 1267, Spring for Alpaca. 1266, Gore Strider Gronling. 1265, Vicious War Basilisk Alliance. I feel like this would have been a better one to just have like the Vicious War Crocolisk be a horde thing instead of giving basilisks to both sides. But, you know, that's just my opinion. 1264, Prowling Shredclaw. 1263, Infested Necro Ray. 1262, Silver Riding Nether Ray. 1261, Hand of Hrestemurak. 1260, Riverwalker Mushan. Let's go back for a second. These hand models are sick as hell. Like, props to them for adding a bunch of these and then slapping one on the trading post for some goddamn reason. Why would you put one of these on the trading post? Like, they are so well suited to just be themed and acquired from the Maw. Putting one of these on the trading post is like insane to me. Like, I'm baffled. But okay. Riverwalker Mushan, and then the Moss-Hide River Wallow. 1258 Hope Crusher Gargon. 1257 Colossal Umbrahide Mawrat. 1256 Dark Phoenix. My sincerest apologies to the Dark Phoenix enjoyers, but slapping a reskin of Ashes of Alar on a guild vendor is an insult to a, spoiler alert, S-tier mount. Timberwolf, 1254. Transgorger, located. 1253 Cobalt Riding Talbot, 1252 Brown Riding Goat, 1251 Blue Dragon Turtle, 1250 Cobalt War Talbot, 1249 Mimiron's Jump Jets, 1248 Red Wolf, 1247 Cloudborn Razorwing, 1246 Armored Siege Kodo, 1245 Vicious War Basilisk Horde version, 1244 Black Hawk Strider, 1243 Battle Gargon Vrednik Dick Wastewander Sky Terror, Frenzied Treadclaw, Shadowed Swarmite, the Bone Freezer. What a strange name. Oh, hang on, honey, we're having soup for dinner. Let me go down to the Bone Freezer. I don't know, is that related to soup? I don't eat soup. 1238 Heart of the Aspects, 1237 Goblin Turbo Trike, 1236 Fellscarred Mana Ray, 1235 Green Wind Rider, 1234 Voracious Gorger, 1233 Vicious Warbear Horde, 1232 Bulbous Necro Ray, 1231 the ever elusive Blazing Drake. I have tried for a long time to get this mount. It is the last one on my achievement list for Awake the Drakes. It has been so long. I have so many Experiment 12Bs and Lifebinders Handmaidens in my banks across my characters. I don't want any more. 1230 is the Vicious Snap Lizard Alliance. 1229 Black Serpent of N'Zoth. Cloud Serpent model. 1228 Brawler's Burly Basilisk. 1227 Queldorai Steed. 1226 Deep Coral Snapdragon. 1225 Corruption of the Aspects. Purple Filter. 1224 Eclipse Dragonhawk. 1223 Mammoth. 1222 Brown Skeletal Horse, 1221 Great Brewfest Kodo, 1220 Nether Warped Drake. Oh my god, it's so hard to tell this apart from the regular, whatever it is, purple Nether Drake. It's so rare and it's so annoying. I hate when they do this. If you make them out rare, make it cool, make it different, make it unique, make it so people can tell it apart, not just by... We did this already. Let's move on. Sinfall Gargan, Twilight Harbinger, Sapphire Vorquin, Contained Stormarian Defender, Steam Weedle Supplier, Ash Plague Fellbat, Pure Heart Courser. For 100 reputations exalted, you get another fucking unicorn. And guess what? It looks exactly like a different fucking unicorn. 1212 Zareth Overseer. The Jailer on Mythic drops this. Couldn't do better than this. Ew. 1211 Violet Armored Growler. All the goblin armor on these hyenas kind of takes away from the fact that they're a hyena, and I like hyena mounts, but I don't know, the armor just doesn't look as good as I wish it did. 1210 Colossal Slaughterclaw. I like the Dreadraven models, and this was a cool take on it. This felt like a good way to reskin these mounts and reuse them. I felt like it worked. I was pretty pleased with these in Shadowlands. This one's the worst of the bunch, though. 1209 Acid Belcher. Argus was home to a lot of interesting mounts, pretty much all of them just dropping from rares. None of them feel very special because they were all so similarly obtained. 1208 is the Mean Green Flying Machine. This one would be lower if I didn't like the name. 1207 Wriggling Parasite. 1206 Little Red Riding Goat, W name. 1205 Ruby Void Creeper. 1204 Retrained Skyraiser. This was a really weird choice for a pre-patch mount for Midnight. So was the other one that came with this. We'll talk about that later. 1203 Vile Fiend. 1202 Pestilent Necro Ray. 1201 Fellglow Mana Ray. 1200 Biletooth Gnasher. 1199 Bilgewater Bombardier. 1198 Acid Advocator. 25 Miscellaneous Mechanica is so insane to buy one of these mounts, and there's 3 of them, not including the pets on the vendors if you're a pet collector as well. Oh my god, Blizzard, you are like off your fucking rocker for doing this. 1197 Shadowflame Shalewing. Look at that. There's another one. 1196 Bone Sown Flesh Rock. 1195 Depleted Kyparium Rocket. I liked this one more until they added the Brawlers Guild version, and then I feel like it makes this one less special. Like, I used to just call this the Chode Rocket, and I like my little Chode. 1194 Crimson Slavermaw. 1193 Margin Manipulator. 1192 Gilnean Prowler. 1191 Vicious Void Creeper. 1190 Stormwind Steed. 1189 Drake of the Eastwind. 1188 Crimson Shard Hide. 1187 Cobalt Juggernaut. Would you believe me if I said when they added other Juggernauts it took away from the aura of the original Juggernaut? No? Just me? Okay. 1186 Fellscorned High Lord's Charger. This was absolutely the biggest gap in quality between the original class mount compared to the Fellscorned version. I really don't like the Fellscorned version of this. Maybe it's just because it's the complete opposite vibe of a Paladin, so I feel like it doesn't fit at all, which is kind of the point, so I get it, but I really don't like this one. 1185 Crimson Armored Growler. 1184 the Armored Red and Blue Dragonhawks. I've put them both here. There's, I think, one other example on the list where I ranked the Horde and Alliance mount at the exact same spot, and I didn't separate them. I don't know, these just feel like I could take it or leave it for either of them. I don't feel like one is better than the other. I feel like I don't know. I don't care. 1183 Bronze Vorquin. 1182 Personalized Goblin SCRAP Per. 1181 Hulking Deathrock. 1180 Vicious Moon Beast. Stop viciousing the cool mounts. 1179 Heartseeker Mana Ray. Such a strange choice for Valentine's Day, but it's a cool mount. 1178 Albino Drake. Everybody's OG. When you started mount collecting, you got this guy and you rode him fucking everywhere. 1177 Marrowfang. 1176 Armored Snowy Griffin. 1175 Bruce. Shout out to any mount on this list that's just got a dude's name. Shout out Bruce. 1174 Callow Flayed Wing. 1173 Fell Iron Juggernaut. 1172 Dark Maul. 1171 Vicious Electro Eel Alliance. I feel like this one came really out of left field. 1170 at the top of D tier Venture Coordinator. I wish we had something more special to cap off D tier, but give it up for Big Yellow, I guess. Starting off our C tier at rank 1984 is the Censored Love Rocket. This guy would still be in B tier if he was who he was meant to be. But, you know, first they took away my Chode, then they took away my Rocket. I mean, what's next? They take away my Hog? Next up is the Spring Harvest Hog. Complete coincidence these ended up next to each other. I don't care if you believe me, it's true. 1167 Great Green Dragon Turtle. 1166 Green Dragon Turtles. Congrats, you two turtles. You made it out of D tier because you're green like turtles are supposed to be. 1165 Swift Wind Steed. 1164 Vicious Void Creeper Alliance. 1163 Fierce Razor Wing. I just got this one today, and I'm so happy that I got it. I hate Gorthias so much. 1162 Tazafesh Gear Glider. 1161 Colossal Wraithbound Mawrat. 1160 Azure Riding Crane. 1159 Red Riding Nether Ray. 1158 Dusk Brute Harrower. 1157 Gloombow Grove Glider. Sometimes I look at mounts in the in-game store and I try to picture where I think they would come from if they weren't purchased from the store. Like, I could see the Grinning Reaver as a drop in the Everbloom dungeon or something, right? These mounts, these Grove Gliders, along with the Meeksies that we haven't talked about, they are the epitome of store mount. There is nowhere in the game that these could come from if not the store or the trading post. I have a complicated feeling towards these. Obviously, I don't dislike them enough to be below C tier, but I can't say that I'm very glad they're in the game. 1156 Brown Furred Spiky Bakar. This is actually really good because I was hoping we would get something that would completely devalue one of the longest grinds in the game. 1155 The Prized Turkey. 1154 Herald of Sabak. 1153 Black Ram. 1152 Cinder Tuft Grove Glider. 1151 Jeweled Sapphire Scarab. 1150 The Highlands Gobbler. 1149 Storm Gilded Celestial. Now you're probably thinking to yourself, What? I've never seen this before. That's because you're not Chinese. 1148 Darkspore Mana Ray. 1147 Keglegs Radiant Crocolisk. 1146 Swift White Steed. 1145 Vicious Moon Beast Horde Edition. 1144 Terrachnid Creeper. Swift Yellow Mechanostrider. 1142 Jeweled Copper Scarab. 1141 Plunderlord's Midnight Crocolisk. 1140 Thunderhoof Celestial. Now you're probably saying so. 1139 Amalgam of Rage. 1138 Patient Bufanid. 1137 Umber Nightsaber. 1136 Scrap Forged Mecha Spider. I really like these Mecha Spider mounts, but I'm just not a fan of this color scheme. 1135 Purple Hawkstrider. 1134 Red Skeletal Horse. 1133 Luxurious Riding Crane. Longhorn Sable Talbuk. Lizzie. This would have been better if the name was just Lizzie and not Lizzie Thunderspine Tramper. I had to go check if it was Trampler or Tramper because I thought I made a typo, but no, it's Tramper. That's even worse. I like that you had to go through the process of, like, befriending Lizzie. I really like any mount that does that process because it feels very personal. 1130 Blue Skeletal Horse. 1129 the Chauffeured Hog or Chopper. I'm rating the fact that it's chauffeured, not so much the hog. You could argue it was the beginning of the end of World of Warcraft feeling like a true adventure. I feel like there's a pretty strong metaphor here for the game just putting you on a road and taking you there instead of you finding your way, you know? Like, you literally, it's so early you can't ride your own mounts, so we'll give someone that will drive you around. I really think the game was better without it. 1128 Blue Hawkstrider. 1127 Brawlin' Bruno. 1126 Crypt Gargan. Not gonna make that joke anymore. 1125 Long Penis. Oh. 1124 Swift Timber Wolf. 1123 Swift Purple Hawkstrider. 1122 Innovation Investigator. 1121 Unsuccessful Prototype Fleet Pod. What is this implying? What sort of mysterious experiments happened to this stupid fucking protoform synthesis mount? I'd call it successful. He made it to C tier. 1120 Brown Ellic. 1119 Frostfall Grove Glider. 1118 Ornery Breeze Strider. 1117 Crimson Silver Moon Hawkstrider. 1116 White Riding Talbuk. 1115 Swift Green Wind Rider. Trained Icehoof. Sable Ruin Strider. Swarmite Skyhunter. Mudback River Beast. Jade, Bright Forseer. 1109 Colossal Soul Shredder Maw Rat. 1108 Swift Red Hawkstrider. 1107 Silver Moon Hawkstrider. 1106 Sanguine Harrower. 1105 Vicious War Snail. They're better than a lot of the Vicious War mounts, but again, I still feel like the snails are better when they're not vicious, you know? I like that the shells are different though. That's cool. 1104 Swift Red Wind Rider. 1103 Mountain Horse. 1102 Plunderlord's Golden Crocolisk. 1101 Frost Ram. 1100 Black Nightsaber. 1099 Quawks. 1098 Swift Spring Strider. These things look so stupid. 1097 Regal Riding Crane. 1096 Frost Wolf Snarler. 1095 Armored Plague-Rot Taralis. 1094 Drake of the Four Winds. 1093 Amani Battle Bear. 1092 Kafayak. 1091 Red Hawkstrider. Silver War Talbuk. Sizebarg. It took me 2 years to finish part 1 of the questline for this mount. There are 3 parts to it. I'm happy with that. I chose not to grind this mount. I'm happy I don't have it because it keeps the Skyrazers special. There are 2 available from the raid, 1 available from a quest outside that takes a lot of work that keeps the Skyrazers special. And then they added a pre-patched little stinky garbage. 1088 Black Stallion. 1087 Wenlow the River's Edge. 1086 Swift Moonstrider. Saber. What? 1085 Striped Nightsaber. 1084 Swift Storm Saber. 1083 Azurshell Krolisk. This was a fun model to get added. It felt unique, and it felt very on theme to the desert of Vol'dun. Why is this guy on Koresh? 1082 Grey Riding Camel. 1081 Arcadian War Turtle. I remember I was very happy when I got this mount because of how long it took to get 150 Curious Coins, and then I never rode it because it's mid. 1080, Purple Elk. 1079, White Warwolf. 1078, the Top Skimmer Special. 1077, Swift Brown Wolf. 10 Riding Talbot. Emerald Snail. Golden Griffin. Great Green Elk. Longhorn Bleakhoof Talbot. 1071, Thalassian Warhorse. 1070, Swift Mountain Horse. 1069, Striped Frost Saber. 1068, Teal Kodo. 1067, Great Purple Elk. 1066, Turquoise Raptor. 1065, Swift Gray Wolf. 1064, Swift Blue Raptor. 1063, Black Wolf. 1062, Swift Orange Raptor. 1061, Swift Burgundy Wolf. 1060, Nesting Swarmite. 1059, Black Skeletal Horse. 1058, Blue Riding Nether Ray. 1057, Red Shadowpan Riding Tiger. 1056, Swift Alliance Steed. 1055, Swift Brown Ram. 1054, Wondrous Wave Whisker. At least this is available as a druid form outside of, like, the store. 1053, Striped Dawn Saber. 1052, Swift Grey Ram. 1051, Swift Green Mechanostrider. 1050, Sun-Warmed Furline. 1049, Red Mechanostrider. 1048, Gleaming Moon Beast. 1047, Ashhide Mushan Beast. 1046, Slag Basilisk. 1045, Silver Riding Talbot. 1044, Royal Sea Feather. 1043, Chestnut Courser. 1042, Brown Riding Camel. 1041, Armored Warbred Taralis. 1040, Swift Green Hawkstrider. 1039, Violet Netherwing Drake. 1038, Wild Gore-Tusk. 1037, Vicious Gilnean Warhorse. 1036, Brown Ram. 1035, Black War Tiger. 1034, Swift Pink Hawkstrider. 1033, Swift Purple Wind Rider. 1032, Blue Shadowpan Riding Tiger. 1031, Bestowed Ohuna Spotter. 1030, Cobalt Netherwing Drake. 1029, Elusive Emerald Hawkstrider. 1028, Frostwolf Howler. 1027, Golden Globe Serpent. 1026, Purple Netherwing Drake. 1025, Tan War Talbot. 1024, White Riding Goat. 1023, Vicious War Trike. 1022, Unarmored Death Tusk Fellboar. Finally, one I can talk about for a minute. Why is this guy in Fellwood? This is a Draenor boar. Why is he in Fellwood? Why is he on the trading post? Get him out of here. 1021, Darnassian Nightsaber. 1020, Vicious War Kodo. 1019, Serenade. 400 mounts deep, and it feels like all we talk about is boars and protoform synthesis. Can we move on? 1018, Petty. 1017, we did it again, Swift Yellow Wind Rider. 1016, Orgrimmar Wolf. 1015, Perfected Juggernaut. 1014, Acidic Void Creeper. 1013, Abyss Worm. 1012, Witherhide Cliff Stomper. Let's go back to the Abyss Worm for a second. You see how high this guy ranks because he's distinct compared to the other worms at the bottom of the list that look fucking identical? Anyways, 1011, his Fell-Scorned Disc. 1010, Ancient Frost Saber. 1009, Inarius's Charger. Big stinking downgrade from Tyrael's Charger. Leave it out of the game. 1008, Brilliant Sunburst Peafowl. What a silly, goofy name. Imagine you chilling and some dude come along and name you Peafowl. 1007, Turbo Strider. 1006, Lanathel's Crimson Cascade. Why do I see so many people riding this? This is what you're choosing to buy? Of all the store mounts, you're buying this one? Jesus Christ. 1005, High Priest's Fell-Scorned Seeker. This is just worse than the Priest class mount. 1004, Black War Steed. 1003, Majestic Azure Peafowl. 1002, Hook Talon. This guy gets bonus points because he makes me think of Hooktail. 1001, Modapted Raptora. Oh, this guy's higher than you thought he was, right? Good for him. 1000. I had to make this a special one because it's the last one in the thousands. Blackwater Bone Crusher. I guess he's not that special. 999, Waste Marauder. 998, Thunderbluff Kodo. 997, Drake of the Northwind. 996, Bloodhoof Bull. 995, Jade Pandaren Kite. I didn't have a problem with it at the time, but looking back at it now, it's kind of a weird choice for a mount collection reward. It's cool though. 994, Umbral Karak. 993, Swift War Strider. 992, Jungle Riding Crane. 991, Ghastly Urzul. He siphoned the aura from the Shackled Urzul. Get him! 990, Shadow Barb Drone. 989, Wick. 988, Enchanted Fey Dragon. This guy's got some stupid fucking glasses. Bet he drops his books after class because I hit it out of his hands and shove him in a locker, give him wedgie, and stare at it. But 987, Armored Golden Pterodax. 986, Vicious War Gorm. But blue. 985 is the Viridian Phase Hunter. Oh boy. If the chauffeured Meccano Hog and Mechaneer's Chopper was the beginning of the end of actual WoW, this felt like the beginning of the end of classic WoW. Like, I was genuinely excited to go into Burning Crusade Classic, and I'm one of the people that never did. I think I did the opening questline in Hellfire Peninsula, and I don't know, seeing people running around on this, it just sucked. It really sucked. And I feel like there are people that are going to think it's an over-exaggeration, and there are people that are going to think it's an under-exaggeration. But that's where I sit on it. This really sucked. They kept their promise until they fucking broke it. 984 Azure Void Flyer. Decently cool concept for a mount, completely ruined by the purple filter they slap on it. 983 Crowd Pummeler 230. Get him to the dentist. He's one of the most expensive, annoying mounts in the game. 982 Conqueror's Scythemaw. 981 Scarlet Void Flyer. 980 Twilight Courser. 979 Vicious Snap Lizard. 978 Prideful Gladiator's Cloud Serpent. Most of the gladiator mounts are pretty cool, and they stand out, but this one I feel like I wouldn't even notice the armor on it, you know? I wouldn't think it's anything special. 977 the Exarch's Elic. 976 Light Forged Mech Suit. Both of the pre-patch mounts for Midnight were both incredibly mid. I guess that's on theme, right? But thematically, they're just questionable. The Sky Razors are not at all associated with anything we're doing anymore, and this mech suit kind of came out of nowhere. Here's my pitch for a Midnight pre-patch mount. We already have the Glacial Tidestorm model from years ago. Voidwalker mount. Sounds cool, right? Just know that if this actually ended up in the game, I would have rated it lowly because it devalues the Glacial Tidestorm mount. Don't mess with WoW players, we don't know what we want. 975 Tropical Riding Crane. 974 Winter Wilderling. 973 Sitharb's Last Lunch. I feel like I could criticize why there's these anima fiends from Shadowlands on Karesh, but I like the color scheme of this one decently enough. 972 Argent Warhorse. 971 Prized Gladiators Fellbat. 970 Vicious War Clefthoof. 969 Big Battle Bear. 968 Lab Grown Storm Ray. This mount was actually implemented alongside an ability that creates the mount, and you can use the ability to create infinite copies of the mount, which is great because now I have unlimited fuel for my bioreactor in Subnautica 2. 967 Winterborn Runestag. 966 Black War Kodo. Armored Blue Windrider. Lifebinder's Handmaiden. I've got 6 of these if they ever make them tradable. First dibs, first come, first serve come. 963 Molly. 962 OC91 Chariot. 961 Remembered Windrider. 960 Wretched Fellbat. 959 Prestigious Bronze Courser. 958 Grievous Gladiator's Cloud Serpent. 957 Brewfest Ram. 956 Rampaging Mauler. 955 Noble Flying Carpet. Kind of on the same theme as the Heartseeker Mana Ray as being a very strange choice for the holiday. I don't know. I don't look at this and see Easter. Sorry, Noble Garden. I look at it and see a rug. 954 Vicious Skyflare Red. 953 Vicious Skyflare Blue. Weird choice, but they look alright. 952 Sapphire Skyblazer. 951 Genesis Crawler. 950 Yellow Marsh Hopper. 949 Amber Pterodax. 948 Armored Chosen Tyralis. 947 Honeyback Hive Mother. I never would have expected that I'd put a bee down this low, but the colors on this one just don't work for me. 946 Compass Rose. Ranks higher than I thought it would as well, and I think that's just because I love Hearthstone. 945 Shellac. 944 Vicious War Ram. 943 Spectral Windrider. 942 Awakener's Runestag. 941 Blossoming Dreamstag. 940 Jade Pterodax. 939 Amber Shard Hide. 938 Blue Kiraji Battle Tank. 937 Delver's Gobtrotter. I try and rate the customizable mounts based on their potential, you know, like their best forms competing. And I feel like Even the best form of this was pretty mid. 936 Elusive Quick Hoof. 935 Blisterback Bloodtusk. 934 Green Riding Nether Ray. 933 Rustbolt Resistor. 932 Brawler's Burly Mushan Beast. 931 Voidbound Storm Ray. 930 The Alliance Pandaren Kite. 929 Highland Mustang. 928 Vicious War Steed. 927 Iron Sky Reaver. 926 Wild Hunt Leg Splitter. 925 Enmire Flyer. 924 Azure Drake. 923 Spinemaw Glade Chewer. 922 Captured Swamp Stalker. 921 Sunhide Gronling. 920 Shadowhide Pearl Tusk. 919 Vicious Warbear Alliance. I'm really excited for the latter half of this list, where I start talking about why I like mounts, instead of just talking about why they're mid, or why I hate them, or saying nothing at all about them to just keep going. Bear with me here. It only gets better, baby. Did I say Black Battle Strider? 917 Exodar Elic. 916 Forged Gladiators Fellbat. This is War Within. Why are we getting Fellbats? 915 Black Proto Drake. Kind of not the best color scheme for a Proto Drake. I like the other ones, but, you know. 914 Golden Regal Scarab. Million gold for this little bug. 913 Scorching Valor. 912 Zondalari Direhorn. 911 Scarlet Pterodax. 910 Azure World Chiller. Kind of sucks some of the aura out of the actual, Deathwing mount, but it's still cool. 909 Dreamlight Runestag. 908 Dark Warren Hardshell. 907 Green Karaji Battle Tank. 906 Amani Hunting Bear. 905 Rusted Proto Drake. 904 Swift Gloomhoof. 903 Golden Primal Direhorn. 902 Fellscorned Vilebroad Vanquisher. Kind of just looks like the unholy version of the mount. I feel like I don't play Death Knight enough, and I don't see enough Death Knights riding these that I wouldn't be able to tell them apart at a glance. Yeah. 901 Kultiran Charger. 900 Longhorn Argusian Talbot. 899 Lavender Karak. 898 Expedition Bloodswarmer. 897 Colossal Ebbenclaw Mawrat. 896 Battlefield Swarmer. 895 Aquamarine Basilisk. 894 Amber Primordial Direhorn, followed by the Armored Bonehoof Tyralis, followed by the Bloodflank Charger, followed by the Ruby Shell Kralisk, followed by the Shadeleaf Runestag, followed by the Grizzly Hills Packmaster. I only recently learned that this mount also has a transmogrifier on it. I thought that the Yak was the only one in the game. I don't know how I missed that when this came out, because it was probably pretty controversial. So I guess lucky me that I flew under the radar and didn't complain about it, because I totally would have. 888 Prestigious Royal Courser. 887 Alabaster Hyena. 886 Red Dragon Hawk. 885 Mossworn Soul Hunter. 884 Voldeneye Dune Scraper. 883 Chaos Forged Windrider. I didn't know about the Chaos Forged mounts at all until I was making this list. And there are a few that I didn't know about until making this list, but the Chaos Forged ones are alright. Windrider's the worst though. 882 Armored Bloodwing. 881 Silvertip Dreadwing. 880 Wicked Swarmer. 879 Vicious Sabertooth. 878 Astral Gladiators Fellbat, again, weird choice. 877 Gruesome Flayedwing. 876 Cobalt Pterodax. 875 Dazaralore Windreaver. I really like the color scheme of this mount. I don't think it deserved to be the glory achievement for the raid. This felt like, I don't know, I feel like it's a weird choice because this is so similar to the other Pterodaxes, and the glory achievements should really stand out. I feel like I'm not alone in thinking that the glory achievements should be extraordinarily special, like arguably on the same tier as the mythic achievements. Getting a group of players to learn unique mechanics that are all motivated to try and get this reward. I mean, this is a good way to prevent motivation. You don't see groups popping up for this anymore because, like, come on. Come on. 874, Sareki Skyraiser. 873, Restoration Deathwalker, followed by the Soul Twisted Deathwalker, followed by the Sin Touched Deathwalker. Maybe we're expecting these to be a lot higher, because they're pretty special, pretty significant, pretty recognizable, and were pretty revolutionary at the time, you know? They stood out. Until you saw everyone and their mother riding these all the fucking time. I feel like what's important to note about this list is that it would change over time. I feel like the more I see a mount, the more I get tired of the mount. I mean, that's why I switch what I ride all the time. And you see these, I mean, you saw these all the time. You don't see them as much anymore, but when you see them, they don't really stand out. They're just kind of everywhere. Everybody's got these, except me. 870, Court Sin Runner. 869, Slate Primordial Direhorn. 868, slightly higher than the other Deathwalkers, is the Waste Warped Deathwalker. It's not incredibly different. 867 Void Scarred Windrider. He's purple, that's great. 866 X-53 Touring Rocket. 865 Dusty Rockhide. 864 Resplendent Karok. 863 Male Muncher. 862 Maldraxian Corpsefly. Shadowmane Charger. Incoan Wave Ray. Golden Sunrunner. Red Drake. Vicious Dream Talon Horde. Timely Buzzbee. 855 High Priest Light Sworn Seeker. One of my least favorites of the class mounts. I think this is the lowest of the original class mounts, right? Anyone paying attention? I wasn't, apparently. 854, Tyrannical Gladiator's Cloud Serpent. 853, Magnificent Flying Carpet. 852, Sunstone Panther. 851, Grand Armored Wyvern. 850, Grand Wyvern. 849, Geosynchronous World Spinner. 848, Squawks. 847, Ashen Pandaren Phoenix. 846, Azure Cloud Serpent. 845, Bloody Sky Screamer. 844, Amber Skitterfly. 843, Vengeance. This was a pretty solid attempt at a Mythic Sylvanas mount. I don't know why I've always felt like it kind of missed the mark, because it is cool, and it fits her, and it fits, you know, the theme of Shadowlands. I mean, it's a lot higher than the Mythic Jailer mount, for a reason, but I feel like there was more that could have been done here. And I'm not skilled enough to execute that. I'm just here to complain, okay? 842, Prestigious Azure Courser. Followed by the Blue Drake, followed by the Ascendant Skyraiser, followed by the most underwhelming expansion meta mount we have ever been given, the Gear Grinder Mark 11. The implementation of the expansion meta mounts I was very, very happy with. This was a letdown, because I was really excited to see what the War Within meta was going to be, and I remember distinctly completing everything along the way, feeling confident that when this mount came out, I would just get it as soon as they added it, because I had done all the required content. And that was true. I got the mount day one when it launched, because I'd already done everything required to get it. It's weird because we have so many mechanical undermine mounts that give off the same vibe as this very tank, so this just doesn't feel special at all. It also doesn't feel like a representation of the expansion and the story we just went through. It feels like a representation of the undermine. Gear Grinder kind of left a meta mount sized hole in my heart that I'm hoping will be filled by Midnight's meta mount. 838 is the Fellsteel Annihilator. Now, I remember really liking this mount when it was added. I thought it was pretty cool, pretty on theme for the raid. I don't really care for it too much anymore. It's so shaky and it looks kind of awkward when it's flying. I don't know. Sunreaver Dragonhawk is next, followed by the Vicious Warfox for the Horde, Spectral Griffin, Dawnforge Ram, Ardenweald Wilderling, Enchanted Spellweave Carpet, Armored Iron Tusk, Cobalt Shalewing. We did it. We found the best Shalewing in the game, coming in at 830th on the list. He made it higher than I thought. I'll be honest. The blue color looks pretty good. Give him that. 829 Fiery Dragonhawk. This one's pretty lame. Like, they're lucky that I really like the Dragonhawk mounts in this, but this, based on the other mounts we have in the game that use the word fiery in their name, this is not fiery. This is, sparky. That's better. Emerald Hippogriff, Phalanx of Humility. Eternal Phalanx of Humility. Royal Snapdragon, Predatory Plague Rock, Mastercraft Gravewing, Wonderwing 2.0, High Lord's Vigilant Charger. 820, Horrid Dreadwing. 819, Delver's Dirigible. Sulphur Hound, Sinfall Gravewing, Hellfire Infernal, Enchanted Winterborn Runestag, Enchanted Wakener's Runestag, Death Tusk Falbor. The boars made it higher than the fucking rock dudes did. Broodling of Sinestra, Obsidian Krollusk, Hand of Bachmethra, Grandmaster's Royal Board. Pretty insane the difference between the two chess-themed mounts. Like, the difference that a poor color scheme makes is so substantial. This is insane that this one made it this high. But again, it's a weird choice for this game. I feel like it's not incredibly fitting. I mean, what is anymore? I mean, we've really branched out in terms of what classifies as a mount in this game, but this one just doesn't feel like it belongs. 808 Dune Scavenger, Beast Lord's Iron Tusk, Vicious War Lion. This is a nice one. I'm actually glad that this lion mount hasn't been reused a whole bunch because it makes the couple lions for the alliance feel pretty special. I hope we don't get any more lion mounts, at least not using this model. Amani Blessed Bear, Tyrell's Charger, Enchanted Shadeleaf Runestag, Enchanted Dreamlight Runestag, Bloodtooth Mana Ray, Volcanic Stone Drake, the Void Scarred Lynx, Vermilion Imperial Lynx, followed by the Fell Saber, Avenging Fell Crusher, Bronze Gravewing, Twilight Drake, Wild Dream Runner, Ashenvale Chimera, Blue Marsh Hopper, Ruddy Spore Glider, Cerulean Spore Glider, Pale Gravewing. 787, the Kickin' Kazan Wave Shredder. Stop surfing. How are you this high on the list? Let me look at this guy again. Does he belong here? Okay, shockingly, upon evaluation, yeah, he actually does belong here. This makes sense. I don't like this model, but I like the color scheme on this one enough that it can make it into high C tier. I can't believe I thought high C tier was too high for this for a second. That goes to show how bad these mounts are. But yeah, this one's okay. Vicious War Scorpion, Undying Darkhound. I really like the Darkhound models. The color scheme on this one is just blech. And the method of obtaining this mount, oh my god, the Covenant Assaults in the Maw is some of the worst repeatable content I have ever had to deal with, and the drop rate on these mounts are fucking stupid. 784 Aerial Unit R21X. I feel like the Rust Bolt Resistor is too easy to get compared to this one. I think that saps a bit of what made this special. But I really like the Rust Bolt Resistor, and I think it's a fair price for it. So I can't fault it too much, and I don't know what I would have changed about these two mounts, but I think this is a fair ranking for it. 783 Albino Mana Ray, Black Warwolf, Frenzied Felltalon, 780 Inferno Armordon, 779 Black Primal Raptor, Battle Hardened Aquilon, Junk Maestro's Magnetomech, 776 Lightforged Fell Crusher, 775 Crimson Water Strider. This guy is like someone really famous has a cousin, and you see them and you're like, oh man, that's that famous guy's cousin. Fuck, what's his name? 774 Verdant Armordon, 773 Fiery Warhorse, 772 Deathlord's Vilebrood Vanquisher. Curious Slateback. Somehow they made some like cheap copy of a Talbook actually a pretty decent mount. I like the Slatebacks. They're not bad. 770 Jade Panther, and at the top of C tier, maybe a bit controversial for where it's rated, the Celestial Steed. This thing's got a fucking story to tell, and we've all heard it before. I don't know how many mounts I've labeled already as the beginning of the end of World of Warcraft, but you could argue this was the beginning of all beginnings of the end. This guy right here. He's cool though. Now you might have noticed towards the high end of C tier, I was actually beginning to compliment the mounts. Yep, we're getting into the ones that I actually like, but don't like too much, but I like them. That's B tier. Here we go. 768 is the Horde version of the Vicious Sabertooth, followed by the Pale Thorngrazer, the Augmented Stormray, the Tamed Mauler, Red Skeletal Warhorse, Snapdragon Kelpstalker, Phalanx of Courage, Rose Riding Crane, Jade Cloud Serpent, Pale Riding Crane, let me Google this. The Scintillating Mana Ray, Red Primal Raptor, Summer Wilderling, Terror of the Wastes, Squeakers the Trickster, Golden Ashes of Alar. Now you're probably... That's right, Golden Ashes of Alar. Brilliant. I wish I was Chinese. Swift White Ram, Telix the Stormborn, Rampart Screecher, Nyalotha Allseer, White Kodo, Snowy Riding Goat, Purple Riding Netherray, Breeze Strider Stallion, Polly Roger, Ochre Skeletal Warhorse, Obsidian Gravewing, Night Terrorwing, Malevolent Drone, a luminous mana ray, a yellow Kiraji battle tank, White War Talbot, Terror of the Night, Shimmer Mist Runner, Viridian Netherwing Drake, Purple Shadowpan Riding Tiger, Scrappy World Snail, Black War Ram, Stormpike Battle Ram, Korkron Warsaber, Ancestral Clefthoof, Farseer's Fell-Scorned Tempest, Blue Mechanostrider, Icy Blue Mechanostrider Mod A. The reason these mounts don't lose points, even though they're practically identical, is because, I mean, first of all, one of these mounts isn't in the game anymore, and second of all, it was 20 years ago. I think we could be a little more forgiving. No excuse for nowadays. Slightly better than these two Mechanostriders is the Urzul Flesh Ripper. Big Slick in the City, Tamed Skitterfly, Vibrant Mana Ray, Risen Mare, Karok Swift Ring. Ring? Hello? Magma Shell. Barrel Shardhide. Armored Sky Screamer. Black Warbear. Black Drake. Clayscale Hornstrider. Gold Toad Albatross. Green Shadowpan Riding Tiger. Illidari Blightstalker. Diamond Mechsuit. 708 Purple Skeletal Warhorse. Subdued Seahorse, Tan Riding Camel, Emerald Pandaren Phoenix, Violet Raptor, Pale Acid Maw, Insatiable Shredclaw, Bronze Drake, Machine Defense Unit 111, Saltwater Seahorse, Swift White Hawkstrider, Green Marsh Hopper, Green Mechanostrider, Great Blue Elec, Green Kodo, Timbered Sky Snake, Hogrus, Swine of Good Fortune, Coral Stalker Wave Ray, Savage Raptor, Great Exarch's Elec, Blossom Branch Grove Glider. Hey, I forgot one of these guys actually made it out of C tier. Good for you, buddy. I still hate when I see you, but I gotta, give respect to his color palette. He looks nice. Crusader's Direhorn, Star-Touched Furline, Swift Horde Wolf, Black War Elec, Blue Dragonhawk, much higher than the Red Dragonhawk, Ivory Hawkstrider. Fuck this mount. Fuck the Ivory Hawkstrider and the grind that it takes to get it. I pretty much had every fucking mount from Legion except for this little rat. Challenger's War Yeti, Swift Breeze Strider, Great Red Elec, Swift Brewfest Ram, Sandy Nightsaber, Loyal Gorger, Green Primal Raptor, Crimson Primal Direhorn, Dark Spear Raptor, Flourishing Whimsy Drake, Brewfest Bomber. Out of all the holiday mounts we've gotten in updates, I think the Brewfest Bomber is the most on theme. I do wish that I was a bit more motivated to do stuff outside of Corrin Dire Brew every time it comes around, but that's kind of just holidays now. Blue Wind Rider, Autumnal Wilderling, Bestowed Sand Skimmer, Lucid Nightmare. I really like the puzzle for the Lucid Nightmare. I remember actually doing it twice, because I did it on my account and I did it on my friend's account, because they wanted the mount and they didn't like the sound of doing the puzzles. I loved the maze part so much, like having a piece of paper and drawing out the maze as I'm going through it to try and match where you put the things or whatever. I loved it. It was cool. Arboreal Gulper, Clutch of Hali, Amethyst Ruin Strider, Junk Heap Drifter, Sea Turtle, Stone Vault Mechsuit, Horde Pandaren Kite, Horde Vicious War Snail, Fell-Scorned Netherlord's Dreadsteed, Azure Netherwing Drake, Vicious War Fox Alliance, Cold Flame Tempest, Void Forged Overseer. Now you might be 653 Magenta Cloud Serpent, 652, Chaos Forged Dreadwing. Snowstorm. Prestigious Warsteed. Admiralty Stallion. Ironclad Frostclaw. Charming Courier. Argent Charger. Harvester's Dreadwing. Hailstorm Armordon. Turbocharged Flying Machine. Renewed Magmammoth. Moonlit Nightsaber. Illidari Doomhawk. Obsidian Gladiators Slitherdrake. Clutch of Jikun. Chittering Enemite. Son of Galleon. 635 Wild Seed Cradle. Shout out to Blizzard for not reskinning this one. This one is ripe to be plastered and painted every fucking color of the goddamn rainbow. The fact that they haven't shows restraint or laziness, both of which I applaud. 634 Crimson Pandaren Phoenix. 633 Silver Covenant Hippogriff. Vicious War Elic. Tenebrous Harrower. Vicious Electro Eel Horde. 629 Flying Carpet. Mottled Red Raptor. Voyaging Wilderling. Vengeful Netherdrake. Gilded Riding Crane. Violet Darkmoon Charger and the Lively Darkmoon Charger. To make mounts like this and put them on the trading posts instead of making them rewards from the Darkmoon Fair. What are we doing, guys? What are you doing? I'm just gonna I'm gonna keep complaining even though we're in the positive side of the video. That's what I'm gonna do. 622 Wrathful Gladiators Frostworm, followed by the Relentless Gladiators Frostworm, followed by the Deadly Gladiators Frostworm, followed by the Furious Gladiators Frostworm. Believe it or not, these all kind of look like the same fucking Frostworm. They're lucky that I like the Frostworm. Starspark Netherdrake. Vulpine Familiar. Swift Violet Ram. Brutal Netherdrake. Shauhaus Sage Serpent. Auspicious Arborworm. Lucky Yun. Swift Netherdrake. Crimson Cloud Serpent. Witherbark Direwing. Merciless Netherdrake. Cold Flame Infernal. Swift Purple Raptor. Flame Talon of Elisrazor. Cobalt Primordial Direhorn. Sapphire River Beast. Child of Torkali. Regal Corpsefly. Prestigious Forest Courser. Bone White Primal Raptor. Mottled Meadow Stomper. Carsonized Zareth Steed. One of the few Zareth Mortis themed mounts that I actually like, but I think that's just because of the aura of the boss. If you watch the race for World First back in the day, Halandras was pretty infamous. Shout out my boy. He's a cool boss fight. Like, he's not just hard, he's cool. Crimson Shredder Tank. Vicious War Mechanostrider. Ochre Delivery Rocket. Ivory Raptor. Enterprising Shredder Tank. Korkron Annihilator. Kalderai Warwolf. Twilight Witch's Sweeper. Blazing Royal Firehawk. Twilight Sky Prowler. Legion Forged Elic. Terragosa's Visage. I wasn't sure if I was going to include this because I actually don't know if this shows up in your mount journal. I haven't done enough research. Clearly I don't even care about this game at all, actually. Winged Guardian. Fierce Grimlinks. Alabaster Thunderwing. Black Kiraji War Tank. Now keep in mind, this is not the Black Kiraji Battle Tank. This is the remaster that they handed out to players who do own the Battle Tank. I actually don't know why they did this. This was a weird thing to do. But it's not a bad mount. Ruby Butterfly. Soaring Skyfox. Dauntless Imperial Lynx. Blood-Gorged Krog. Acarus Death Charger, Maghar Direwolf, Flying Machine, Drake of the South Wind, Corrupted Firehawk, Yule, Daughter of Jade, Phase Lost Slightback, Jade Primordial Direhorn, Friendship Fox, Mottled Drake, Orgrimmar Interceptor, Chaos Forged Griffin, Vicious Warwolf, Cerulean Hawkstrider, Ancestral Warbear, Snowpaw Glimmerfur Prowler, Mechaneer's Chopper, Thundering August Cloud Serpent, Korkron Warwolf, Thundering Jade Serpent, Umbral Scythehorn, Melee the Wanderer, Ironhoof Destroyer, Amber Scorpion, Sundancer. Shout out to this one for feeling unique somehow. In a world of tainted unicorns, something about the name and the method of obtaining this one makes it pretty nice. I like this one. Fellfire Hawk, Tan Windrider, Frostbrood Proto-Worm, Dapple Gray, Caravan Hyena, Fell Crystal Scorpion, Meat Wagon. Maybe number one for names of mounts in the game? Meat Wagon. Meat Wagon. Yo girl got my meat wagon. 544, Amani Warbear, Rootstalker Grimlynx, Cindermane Charger, Sky Witch's Sweeper, Golden Ashened Cataclysm, Sentinel Warwolf, Ebon Griffin, Dreadsteed, Gnomragon Mechanostrider, Turquoise Courser, Love Witch's Sweeper, Rusty Mechanocrawler. Make the Arachnoid Harvester immune for 30 seconds when it spawns. There's no point in having it announced to the entire zone that it's activated just for it to die to the two losers who are sitting there camping it. I'm one of the losers. I got it before you. Swift Olive Raptor, Prestigious Warwolf, Lil Donkey, Heavenly Azure Cloud Serpent, Broken Highland Mustang, Argent Hippogriff, Black War Raptor, Eternal Phalanx of Courage, Lunar Dreamstag, Nightborn Mana Saber, Cloudwing Hippogriff, Mechagon Mechanostrider, Smoky Charger, Trader's Gilded Brutosaur. With how many favors you guys have done for me by just standing around and I don't have to take the 20 seconds to go to the auction house, that's great. But oh my god, how many of you guys actually shelled out the money for this? No offense. Thanks for standing places so I can use your auction house. But, oh my god. Oh my god, you guys. Oh my god. Corrupted Gladiator's Protodrake, Grimhowl, Belladar's Spawn, Siltwing Albatross, Fellscorned Wolfhawk, Shale Ramalith, Slatestone Ramalith, Mechanohog, Sun-Touched Dreamstag, Skyskin Hornstrider, Comfy Silvermoon Flying Quilt, Farseer's Raging Tempest, Seabraid Stallion. Dare I say, the combination of the Seabraid Stallion with the Gilded Ravasaur for the Horde might be the best collector's edition mounts we've gotten. Like, you put them together, the combined value you get from these, I think that was the best collector's edition. Bleak Hoof Ruinstrider, Bloodthirsty Dreadwing, Crusader's White Warhorse, Runebound Firelord. Oh, to make mounts that are so special, and just to sign them to an $80 bundle. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Blackpaw, Frosty Flying Carpet, Void Raised Elec. Let's talk about the Runebound Firelord for a second, because Swift Zebra. I'm assuming it's zebra because it's a zebra. I've pronounced it zebra my entire life. I'm assuming it's actually zebra because it's a zebra. Oh shit. Void Scarred Pack Mother, Azjari Bloatray, Spectral Wolf, Pond Nettle, High Mountain Thunderhoof, Onyx Cloud Serpent, Lord of the Corpse Flies, great name, Garn Steelmaw, These Draenor ones, I don't know, the animations are so great, and maybe I'm just really attached to the story and Frostfire Ridge and whatever, but these wolves are awesome. All of these wolves are great. Even this ugly fucking purple one managed to crack the top 500. And yeah, Garn Steel Mod 490. Let's keep it moving here, buddy. Dark Iron Corehound, 488 Winter Spring Frost Saber, Explorer's Dune Trekker, Dread Gladiator's Proto Drake, Raging Mag Mammoth, Trained Meadow Stomper, Spectral Steed, Battlebound Warhound, Arkberry Mana Saber, Garn Night Owl, Maddened Chaos Runner, Armored Razashi Raptor, Silver Tide Stallion, Prophet's Great Raven.
Give me your money. 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 You want these money? Give me your money. Show me your credit card.
Darkfuse Spy Eye, Crimson Glimmerfur, Hand of Reshkigal, Spring Butterfly, Tundra Icehoof, Minion of Grumpus, Ironside Warwolf, Feldrake, Great Sea Ray, Darkwater Skate, Rekindled Dreamstag, Violet Goblin Shredder, Azure Skitterfly, Raging Cinderbee, Teldrassil Hippogriff, Archmage's Great Raven.
Give me your fucking wallet.
Prototype ASMR. If we look at the Prototype ASMR and the Junk Maestro's Magnetomech, I don't know, I feel like we could have got more creative. I feel like the Gear Grinder Mark 11 should have been the Glory achievement, and I'm curious if the Prototype ASMR needed to exist at all. I guess I don't have a problem with it. I mean, I put it this high. Clearly, I think I just like it because of the name and the concept is fun, but I don't know. I don't think I would ever actually ride this if I had it. Comfy Belemeth Flying Quilt, Ochre Dream Talon, Spectral Terrorwing, Swift Lovebird, Swift Zulian Panther, Highland Elderhorn, Shackled Shadow, Snowy High Mountain Eagle, Swift Forest Strider, Blood Hunter Fellbat, Ascended Skymane, Slime Serpent, Blackwater Shredder Deluxe Mark II, Shadow of Doubt, Soaring Meterbee, Surf Jelly, Amani Sharp Talon. I have this guy so high because I really like the Amani Eagle mounts that we got, but as I've gone through this list, I've grown, and this color scheme is really bad. I think the best thing we can do is switch places. This guy's going to go down into low C tier. We're going to bring up Prized Turkey. Yeah, let's put Prized Turkey here. Congratulations to the Prized Turkey. Crimson Dragonhawk, Prestigious Ivory Courser, Shuzen Divine Sentinel, Grotto Netherwing Drake, Star-Cursed Void Strider, Divine Kiss of Onara, Terrified Pack Mule, Warsong Direfang, Springtide Dream Talon, Prismatic Snapdragon. This is a fun one. It's an interesting idea. I don't think I've ever seen anyone ride this mount, and I've never ridden this mount. I got it, and I was like, oh, that's cool. Don't touch it. High Mountain Elderhorn, Cyan Glowmite, Glorious Fellcrusher, Shackled Urzul, the OG. Never forget he's better than the others. Hand of Nilgehanemat, Amani Sunfeather, Snowy Griffin, Coral Scale Salamander. See how high a salamander can get when it's not fucking bald? That is crazy. How big of a difference it makes. Crusader's Black Warhorse, Sharkbait, Salvaged Goblin Gazillionaire's Flying Machine. This is a fantastic name. This is up there for... I would take out the salvaged part of the name and just have it as Goblin Gazillionaire's Flying Machine. I think that's great. Woolly White Rhino, Awakened Mind Borer, Mechacycle Model W, Soaring Sky Terror. Shout out Warlords of Draenor for doing the Pathfinder achievement. I to this day, I believe the Pathfinder achievements are the best way to implement flying in a new zone. I don't think we should have skywriting from the get-go in these new zones. I know at this point you probably can't take it away without massive outrage, but like, I don't know, man. I feel like exploring the newly revamped Eversong and Zulamen from the ground would have been so nice. And then earning the ability to fly at max level once you finish the campaign. It doesn't have to be a huge Pathfinder like the old ones are for BFA and Legion and Draenor and whatever. But just to start on the ground, I feel like would make all the difference. But I really like this mount, and I like what it represents, which is, if you complain hard enough, Blizzard will cave on their entire original idea. Arcano Void Construct. Right after it, we have the Elven Arcane Guardian, and then right after that is the Silvermoon's Arcane Defender. 413, the Big G. This is a fantastic mount to drop from Gallywix. This is exactly the type of shit that he would ride around. It's perfect. The cigar is top-notch. 412, Hand of Salaranga. Astral Emperor's Serpent. Pearlescent Butterfly. Blazing Hippogriff. X51 Nether Rocket Extreme. I have this mount. I got it from spending 40,000 gold on a black market container. If you were looking for a sign to gamble your life savings away, this is fucking it, baby. It can happen to anyone. 407 Explorer's Jungle Hopper. I made 5 different fake accounts to recruit them all and get this mount when it came out. I paid for additional months on accounts I had no intention of playing, and then I sit here and criticize the people who got the Traders Guilded Brutosaur. Do you know how much of a fat sack of shit that makes me? Let's continue. Light-Forged Ruin Strider. Vibrant Petalwing. Vicious Black Warsaber. X51 Nether Rocket. I do like the blue one more than the red one, unfortunately. I might just have to gamble again, bitch. Smoldering Cinderbee. Stormhide Salamander. Amani Dragonhawk. Color scheme on this is absolutely beautiful. I love this a lot. It feels very special. It feels like you never see anyone riding it, and it stands out when you do see someone on it. Very nice. $3.99. Scourge Bound Vanquisher. Scourge Bound Vanquisher. I said Scourge. Amani Windcaller. Royal Court Undercrawler. Did I say crawler for the wind crawler? Caller? I think I confused myself. Huntmaster's Loyal Wolfhawk. Fellslate Basilisk. Widow's Undercrawler, Heritage Undercrawler, Huntmaster's Fierce Wolfhawk, Laystone Basilisk. The Laystone and the Fellslate one, there for some really good mounts from Legion Remix that I really liked because of how iconic the Fellslate and Laystone ore is. And these guys existed as enemies when you sometimes mine those, right? So these were cool. I like that they added these. Dusk Flutter Ardenmoth, Golden King, Primal Gladiator's Fellblood Gronling, Incognito, the Indecipherable Fellcycle, Spectral Hawkstrider, Magic Rooster, Tuskar Shoreglider, Vicious Calderai Warsaber, Slayer's Fellbroken Shrieker, Phosphorescent Stone Drake. I kind of wish they kept up the theme of doing something like the Time Lost Proto Drake in every single expansion. Highland Drake, Dark Fuse Demolisher, Bristling Hellbore. We have one of these shit for buns mounts at 378. That's how much I actually like the Bristling Hellbore. It's such a good take. Not really. It's iconic. Well, it's not. But the original Hellbores from Hellfire Peninsula, like, their color scheme is so recognizable. So making a Bristling Hellbore mount that uses that color scheme, it feels very much intended to evoke that sort of nostalgia for those Hellbores. And you get it in Tannan Jungle, which is Hellfire Peninsula before it was Hellfire Peninsula. Do you understand? Bestowed Trawling Mammoth, Chrono Corsair, Beastlord's Warwolf, Kincho's Eternal Hound. The first Quillen on our ranking because I love the Quillens. Sky Golem, Kaluak Cresthorn, Crag Stepper Cresthorn, Swift Razashi Raptor, Darkforge Ram, Witherbark Pango, Nightfall Sky Reaver, Vivid Chlorosaurus. Great name, by the way. The Chlorosaurus is that's a great idea. Love it. Illidari Dreadstalker, Huntmaster's Dire Wolfhawk, Creeping Carpet. Making this a flying carpet that can't fly for no other reason than for it to not be able to fly is hilarious. This is great. More stuff like this, please. Fiery Hearthsteed, Delver's Mana Skimmer, Experiment 12B. I love the color scheme on this guy. He stands out, you know? He's very iconic. Ivory Goliathus. This guy also stands out. The War Within had a lot of unique mounts that they decided not to copy-paste in a bunch of different colors. And this is one of them. And I like that. This is a special little bug. He's a very special little bug. I like him. Good guy. 358, Ironbound Wraith Charger. 357, Archmage's Prismatic Disc. Shout out to a standing mount that made it this high, but we're not done yet. Vicious War Spider Horde, followed by the Vicious War Spider Alliance. Spider mounts in this game are pretty sweet. Rocket Shredder 9001. Hearthsteed. Silver Moon Sweeper. Elder Glowmite. Swift Shore Strider. These things are stupid. I got this out because it's fucking stupid. Bronze Corpse Fly. Armored Brown Bear. Iconic. Bro. Don't even at me. This guy's great. Cosmic Gladiator's Soul Eater. Steelbound Devourer. This guy's as high as he is because he was my money-making method back in Legion. I would just keep making these and sell them. And people bought them. I love you, big bro. Aww. Mossy Mammoth. Brilliant Petalwing. Blood-Gorged Hunter. Love me a bat that is not a dark color. This guy is so nice. Like, so vibrant. Definitely the bat that I've ridden the most. Eve's Ghastly Rider. Umbral Dragonhawk. Obsidian Nightwing. Prestigious Midnight Courser. Silverian Dreamer. Real shame that these mounts aren't obtainable in the game. Like, without paying big money. You gotta pay big money. 337, Najatar Blood Serpent. This is the best of these worm models, for sure. The color scheme's nice, and it was a unique method of obtaining it. I didn't hate it. Planeswalker Bearer. Battlelord's Bloodthirsty Warworm. Alabaster Storm Talon. Smoky Direwolf. Ashes of Belloren. I wish I could put this one higher. I wish I liked the Ashes of Belloren more. As a spiritual successor to Alar, which is hard to top, hard to even come close to, frankly. I don't know, something about Belloren feels lackluster. Now, it's either the way that the void energy kind of ebbs and flows through the bird, which is a cool concept, but I feel like it just doesn't make it look real. I feel like it takes me out of it a little bit. And that's a weird nitpick, I know, but I feel like if it was a bird that was a mix between light feathers and dark feathers, you know, I feel like that would look nicer than this does. Another suggestion, if we wanted to keep this same flowing void energy, then I would put the void at the bottom instead of the top. Like, have the bird's head exposed to the light and have its body kind of growing in corruption from the bottom. I feel like that makes a bit more sense in my mind. And I guess I like that they went against the grain for this and didn't do that, because that might be where everyone's mind goes, and they did the opposite. But I feel like for this mount, it just didn't work as well as I would have hoped. Still a great mount. It made it this far on the list. I think it could have been better. Relinquished Scarlet Charger. This mount was a really nice surprise just to get while you're doing quests, like for the campaign in Midnight. This thing is really clean. I like it a lot. Cataclysmic Gladiator's Twilight Drake. Vicious Gladiator's Twilight Drake. Ruthless Gladiator's Twilight Drake. These are all nice. They don't really stand out that much from one another. 327, Blueberry. What a fucking great name for a mount. And this guy fits it. Blueberry. Like I said before, shout out to mounts that just have a dude's name. Dude. This is even better, because it's a dude's name, Barry, but he's blue. Blueberry. Like the vegetable. 326 Eternal Gladiator Soul Eater. 325 Unchained Gladiator Soul Eater. I'm with the ladies on this one. Why is it so hard to get an eater these days? 324 Anushala Shadow's Guidance. Originally, I rambled about this for 8 minutes, but we're going to trim that right down. It boils down to 3 main facts. Fact number 1, 600 mounts is deemed the current highest collection achievement. Fact number 2, we are rapidly approaching 1,500 total mounts. Fact number 3, I'm more special than everyone else, so I should get what I want, and I want more mount collection achievements. Yellow War Autuk. Bestowed Autuk Vanguard. Yellow Scouting Autuk. Brown War Autuk. Brown Scouting Autuk. Iskara Traders Autuk. Vicious Skeletal Warhorse. Vindictive Gladiators Stormdrake. Demonic Gladiators Stormdrake. I love Stormdrakes. These are the first Stormdrakes we're seeing on this list, and there's a lot of them. A decent enough amount. And we're starting them at 316. Like, these are great mounts. And let me backtrack for a second, because the Skeletal Warhorse mounts are also phenomenal. And we're seeing our first one right here at 317. These are really nice mounts. Ivory Traders Autuk. Ferocious Gladiators Stormdrake. Cruel Gladiators Stormdrake. Ascendance Aquilon. Elysian Aquilon. Royal Voidwing, followed by the Uncorrupted Voidwing. I liked the Uncorrupted Voidwing when it came out. It felt like a really nice AOTC mount for the end of BFA. I was pretty happy with it. I was pretty satisfied. And then the AOTC mount for the War Within, for beating Dimensius, was just the same AOTC mount, but with some armor on it. They're high on this list because I love them. Like, these are really nice dragons. I like them a lot. Some of the purple mounts that I actually think deserve to be all covered in purple. These are great. But why are we reskinning AOTC mounts to make more AOTC mounts? I don't know, this just felt weird. Eternal Phalanx of Purity. Phalanx of Purity. Void Crystal Panther. Nice way of bringing back the Jeweled Panthers from Pandaria. Really well done. I like it. Gilded Prowler. Highwind Darkmane. Eternal Phalanx of Loyalty. Phalanx of Loyalty. The Guardian Quillen. The Forsworn Aquilon. This color scheme for the Kyrian mounts is really, really nice. Marble Quillen is up next, and if this one could fly, this would be the highest rated Quillen. I love the color scheme of this one, but unfortunately it sits a little low due to its lack of wings. Did you know you could tell which Quillens can fly and which ones can't based on the size of their fucking foreheads? Why is this a... Am I missing something about why this is a detail? I thought it was just like the pads on their shoulders that gave them wings, but I think it's their fucking brain powers keeping them afloat. 297 is the Blessed Fell Crusher. 296, Cobalt Dragonhawk. New Dragonhawk models are great. This color's really nice. I've killed so many rares in the zone that should drop it. 295, Proudmoore Sea Scout. Love the Griffins. 294, Stormsong Coastwatcher. Love the Griffins. Sitting healthily at the top of B tier is the original Mighty Caravan Brutosaur. This mount shattered the economy. Actually, this mount was a band-aid to the shattered economy that was caused by Warlords of Draenor's mission table. But truly, what this mount is more than anything is a question in my mind of why is there not a Brutosaur mount that is accessible and doesn't have any vendors on it? Just give me a naked one. That's all. Is it too much to ask for a big naked dinosaur? I'd love to ride a Brutosaur.
We walk up to her and be like...
Now, thank God we have arrived at the point where I can really start gushing about the mounts in this game. Because that's pretty much the whole reason I made this list, is because this is a subject I'm passionate about, and there are so many really, really nice designs in this game. So starting off our A tier is some really nice designs that actually make me mad. We're not getting to the compliments just yet. Look at all these mounts, these Meeksies. They're all store mounts. At the bottom, I put the teat one, then the rolling one, then the soft one, then the thievery one, and then the ruffle fur. That's the order. 287 is the new revamped Charger. The horse models, ever since they started putting effort into the horse models, they look fantastic. 286 is the Stormwind Sky Chaser. I love these airships, and I think they hit it out of the park. This is way better than the Horde equivalent, the Orgrimmar Interceptor. That one is just kind of takes up your whole screen with its big ugly Zeppelin. But this one looks really nice. It actually looks like the Alliance airships that we get, plus it's a 2-person mount. It's great. I love it. 285 is the Imperial Quillen, and 284 is the Copper-Maned Quillen. Big fan of Quillens in general. These ones are really, really nice. They're the flying Quillens, so they get a bump, but they aren't the best Quillen. 283 is Titan Reforged Invincible. There's probably some of you that are watching that are Chinese, and you see these mounts all the time because you play on Chinese servers, so you're not going, wait, So this one's for you. 282, Sinful Gladiator's Soul Eater. This was the only Soul Eater to make it out of B tier. I like it. Out of the Gladiator ones, I mean. 281 is the White Polar Bear. What an OG. What a classic. 280, Lightwing Dragonhawk. 279, Voidwing Dragonhawk. 278, Voidlight Surger. These are really nice. The new Dragonhawk models are great. Of course, they would make really cool ones to, be the pay a bunch of money and you get it. Why does this take up 3 mount spots? This is the same mount. Is it really impossible for these mounts to just make one mount and you can toggle which version you want to use, or a hybrid version? It has to be 3 different mounts. Anyways, 277 is Valiance. I have not researched this mount at all. I have no idea how to get this. I think it's from one of the secrets that you can solve and has something to do with Naxxramas. It's great. It's a really nice undead horse. The color scheme is really beautiful. It stands out. 276 is the Hive Mind. This one is a really cool concept. I think if I had it, I would never ever ride it because it just makes me uncomfortable. Something about it. But, that's an achievement in itself. I think this mount is accomplishing exactly what it set out to do. That's pretty cool. And five passengers? All right. 5. It might be 4 passengers, 5 total. I don't know. I don't have it. 275, Crimson Gladiators Drake. 274, Warmongering Gladiators Fellblood Gronling. 273, Wild Gladiators Fellblood Gronling. Something about the colors of these Gronlings have brought them way further on the list than, frankly, I think anyone would think they deserve to be. 272, Draconic Gladiators Drake. 271, Untainted Grove Crawler. I'm kind of surprised that this mount exists in the fashion that it does. That being, it's very, very easy to get. Like, literally just loot an item and then loot another item 20 feet away, and you get the mount for free. That's pretty sweet, especially because it's a unique model. We don't have any reskins of this, so this one stands out. I don't see anyone really ride it, and I don't think I ever really would want to ride it. But it gets high on this list because it's creative. This is a good model that I like to see in the game, especially because it's easy to get and it stands out. That's nice. They didn't feel the need when they made this to say, oh yeah, this is a sleeper hit right here. Let's make 4 different slightly blue ones that'll all look the same and devalue the original. This might age terribly when next patches come out and there are more of these worms. But for right now, there's only one and he's looking good. 270 is Gigantomanus. I don't know if I'm missing a reference with this name or if I don't know words about what this means. He sounds cool though, and he looks nice. Good reward for the Delver's Glory achievement for this expansion. I like him. 269 is the Ziwilag ATV, creative name, and you get to customize it. W customization. Speaking of, 268 Winding Slither Drake, W customization. I do think it's weird that all of the ones we see in the quest line in Zeralek Cavern are white, and then when you get one, it's black. It felt like a... Not that not that... We're gonna... 267 is the X995 Mechanocat. This is a really great one with more awesome customizations. You get to collect different paint colors and paint yo kitty. I love panthers. Mechanical ones specifically. This is foreshadowing. 266 is the Twilight Avenger. 265 Verdant Skitterfly. 264 Renewed Proto-Drake. This thing's great. The customizations for it are great. The versions that look like Razagath or Firerak are both phenomenal. Really solid mount all around. 263 is the Warforged Nightmare. It came out with a really weird thing where you bought it from the store and then you got the hitching post that allowed everyone in your party to turn their mount into the Warforged Nightmare. I don't know what the thought process was around this, but we're going to forget about that and just acknowledge the fact this mount looks really nice. This is sick. I wish it was obtainable in-game and had like a cool way of getting it because I would probably ride it all the time. But since it's a store mount, I don't. 262 is the Pearlescent Krollusk. I'm a fan of the Krollusk models. He looking good. 261 is the Void Fire Death Cycle. 260 is the Hate Forged Blaze Cycle. 259 Ashadar Harbinger of Dawn. Love Panthers. 258 White Mechanostrider Mod B. I feel like this might be one of those picks where people are like, really, dude, why is he up here? But look at his subtle, eggy color. I mean, that off-white tint where he's just a little creamy, a little tanned. I mean, he's looking good. He's looking good. 257 is the Cobalt Phase Hunter. I feel like this color scheme is what these guys were designed to look like, and it's so nice. Like, it just makes me so happy. 256, Mechanical Prototype Panther Mark 0. We're not done yet. 255, Shaw Warped Cloud Serpent.
Give me that.
Microtransaction, but he's so cool. Oh. 254, Steel Prototype Panther Mark 0. These Chinese cats, they might seem a little strange to you, but I'm a fan of Mechanical Panthers, as I once said, and these ones were gonna rank maybe like mid-B tier until I found out they have customizations like the dragon riding mount. You can change the cybernetic augmentations that are upon your panther mount. That's wicked. I want one. But I'm here. And they're there. 253, Dominant Gladiators Stormdrake. 252 is the Vicious Warstrider. Not many of the Vicious mounts managed to get up this high. This one feels like it was made to defend Silvermoon. It looks like it looks dangerous, and it looks cool. Good stuff. 251, Otto. I don't have this guy, but I can sense his aura a mile away. Bro's got a name that tells a story, and I don't know what that story is, but I'd listen to it if it was told by an otter. What? 250 is the Blessed Amani Burrower. I like these guys. I like these Pangos. I wish Gigantomanus was able to rank higher than this guy, for example, because it's harder to get. 249 is the Lunar Launcher. This is how you make a Lunar Festival. I didn't, like, when I imagined Lunar Festival mounts, I was thinking, you know, the Chinese New Year type stuff they got in the shop. I'm glad they took it a different route and just gave you a freaking firework, and it's sick. 248, Vashir Seahorse. If you hated Vashir, you're part of the problem. Like, give Blizzard some credit when they try new stuff, because Vashir was great, and this was my homie throughout all of Vashir. I thought I would hate more when you go to a zone and you have to use a specific mount in that zone, because I have so many mounts that I like to ride, but I didn't care. This guy earned my respect. I had to tame this seahorse, and I hold on to him dearly. 247 is the Fathom Dweller. This guy, I remember, was a standout when Legion came out. This guy took me by surprise how bad I wanted him. 246, Chaos Forged Hippogriff. Never seen this guy in-game, but he looks pretty cool from the pictures I see of him. 245, Verdant Gladiators Slitherdrake. Slitherdrake's dope. This guy's even doper. 244, Traveler's Tundra Mammoth. 243, Grand Expedition Yak. Maybe the Brutosaurus should be ranked higher than these guys for utility reasons, but I'm ranking them up this high because they've been my ride or die, literally. I ride them or I die. I'm getting a little tired of seeing the Yak, and I don't want to buy the bear. Can we get another one of these in the game, like a different transmog mount, please? No more complaining. For the rest of the list, no more complaining. Only positives from here on out, no matter what. Okay? 242, Mimiron's Head. And then 241, Mecha Mogul Mark II. Goblins are better than gnomes. Don't even try to fight me. And I liked personally solo grinding the Motherlode dungeon to get the resources to craft Mechamogul. That was a much more engaging grind than just rare drop from Ulduar. But of course, Mimiron's head is very iconic. I couldn't afford to rank it low, but I did have to put the Mechamogul above it, personally. 240 is the Radiant Imperial Lynx. Nice big cat. Good cat. Nice kitty. 239, Val'sharah Hippogriff. I don't like that this one uses the same... I'm complaining now. I don't like that this one uses the same icon as the Leyfeather Hippogriff because it's clearly the icon for the Leyfeather Hippogriff. Like, it's not even... What are we doing? But this mount looks really nice, so I gotta forgive it, you know? Good stuff. I like the Hippogriffs. These are good models. 238, Unshackled Wave Ray. Now, to be just a reputation mount, like you get exalted with the Unshackled and you can buy this mount, it's not too special way of obtaining it, so it's got to be pretty good looking to get this high on the list. Yeah. Look at that color scheme, baby. This thing is beautiful. 237 is the Riding Turtle. I understand both sides of the argument of mounts that are unobtainable should still be obtainable, but also, you know, stuff that was obtained back in the day should remain special if you got it back in the day. I see both sides of the argument, and I'm on both sides of the argument. I just feel like the Riding Turtle was done right. I liked it, and I liked working towards it. And I'm glad I have it. 236, the Loyal Magmammoth. The color scheme on this one is pretty standard for a Magma mount, but it ranks higher than the other Magmammoths because it doesn't have that cone on its head. 235, Ka, Legend of the Deep. I'm very glad when they decided to start making flying fish mounts that wasn't just limited to the in-game store, because I liked earning this one, and I still ride him every now and then. WK. The original Kor'kron Juggernaut. It impressed me when it first came out. Kind of wish we did not get a single reskin for this, because the original is so great. 233 Zoval's Soul Eater. Better than the Gladiator Soul Eaters. This mount just looks better without the armor on it, because you get a really full view of the model, which is a nice model. I feel like it suits the Shadowlands expansion really, really well. I think this would have been better as the, you know, mount drop from the Jailer, right? I mean, I'm not complaining at all that I have it from the meta achievement, but this feels like it should drop from the Jailer. It is Zoval's Soul Eater. 232 Felsteed. OG. Classic. Gangster. Looks good. Handsome fella. I like him. 231, Astral Orox. I see someone riding this, and I go, oh, I've never seen that. That's so cool. They added something in the new patch that I missed. I missed it. It's something cool in the new patch. It's not a fucking patch mount. It's a fucking store mount you buy from the fucking store. 230, Malevolent Gladiator's Cloud Serpent. 229, Golden Mane. Man, that is a good-looking horse. A fine steed. 228, Steam Scale Incinerator. I remember seeing this guy and thinking, oh my god, they added something really cool and it was in the store. 227, Frightened Kodo. Why the hell is this guy up so high? That's just a regular Kodo. No, it's not. He's frightened. He's terrified of the war going on in Darkshore, his home. I don't ride this guy. I saved him. I won't expose him to the dangers in the world of Warcraft. I will keep him safe. 226, Heavenly Golden Cloud Serpent. Yeah, that'll blind you. 225, Red Kiraji Battle Tank. Why is this battle tank ranked so much higher than the other ones? Same reason I gotta go to the gynecologist, because it's red. 224, Trained Snarler. Why does a trained, stable garrison mount deserve to be this high on the list? Because I love the wolf mounts in Draenor, and this one looks really slick. It's clean. That's a wolf right there. That is a wolf. Zinlao. He's so small. He's so small. 222, Thundering Cobalt Cloud Serpent. Out of all the 4 Missapend area world boss mounts, this one obviously is the best representation of the boss that you slay to get it, because it's literally the same model, and it feels like you are riding Nalak, the Stormlord. 221, Undercity Plague Bat. W pre-patch mount, W pre-patch event, W mount, W expansion. I said it. 220, Mechagon Peacekeeper. The color scheme of the shiny golden Mechagon mounts far outmatches the other versions, the rusty ones or the silver ones or whatever. This one looks really clean, and I want it. I like the Mecha Spider mounts, especially this one. 219, Vivacious Chlorosaurus. Oh, he's vivacious, all right. Look at him. 218, Ultramarine Kiraji Battle Tank. This was the best possible way to implement a Kiraji battle tank that could be used outside of Ankiraj. 217, Notorious Gladiators Proto-Drake. 216, Sinister Gladiators Proto-Drake. I'm not really sure what determines the gladiator mounts for an expansion, because I feel like they're never really on theme with the expansion very much anymore. Am I wrong in that regard? But these look really great. I fucking love Proto-Drakes. 215, Ginormous Gurlock. 214, Gigantic Gurlock. 213, Grandiose Gurlock. 212, Gargantuan Gurlock. Whoever made this mount, they knew they fucking cooked by making a giant Murloc mount, and they put them all as the fucking store garbage. Pay for a 12-month subscription, you get this big chunky Gurlock. But even if I had them, I wouldn't ride them, because I want to ride mounts that show off cool feats in the game. This isn't a cool feat. These are cool feat. 211, Vicious War Raptor. I think this was like the first time they ever used the newer Raptor model, and oh baby, I wanted this one. I still want this one. I don't have any of the fucking PvP mounts. 210, Galactic Gladiators Gore Drake. How is this related to what's going on right now? It looks great. How does this fit in? 209, Void Forged Stallion. You're lucky I love these fucking horses. 208, Windborn Velocidrake. They did a good job giving the 4 dragons different vibes, you know? I wish we got some special versions of this guy and the Cliffside Wilder Drake, akin to the raid drop ones that we got for the Highland Drake and the renewed Proto Drake, but this guy doesn't even need it, honestly. He's great as is. All the scale options and customizations, you can make him look pretty darn sick without doing anything spectacular. 207, Bound Blizzard. I never would have thought to make a mount out of these, like, rocky elementals. Brilliant. They found a way. Oh, I can't get this in the game. Oh, no. That hurts my feelings a little bit. Good thing we're not making any complaints anymore. 206, Stonehide Elderhorn. Love the moose. Love this one. He's looking nice. Good moose. 205, Leywoven Flying Carpet. I love playing a Nightborn character and riding this mount. It feels so appropriate. It feels great. 204, Flameword Hippogriff. This is just a better version of the Blazing Hippogriff. 203, Rivendare's Death Charger. Yeah, this is arguably the guy that started it all. The first rare drop from an instance mount. 202, Onyx Netherwing Drake. Just kind of chill, you know? I mean, look at him. 201, Red Proto Drake. This guy's kind of like a mascot for Northrend. That's a classic Proto Drake right there, and he's a handsome devil. 200, the best Quillen in the game, Ren's Stalwart Hound. Ooh, look at that blue. Ooh, look at it. If he could fly, he'd be number fucking 1 on this list. 199, Snow Fluff Dream Talon. 198, Fell Scorned Warworm. This is better than the OG Warrior class mount, which was already a great mount. This one just looks sick as hell. 197, Tangled Dreamweaver. Why this one wasn't allowed to Dragon Ride when it was the Collector's Edition bonus for an expansion that only allowed you to ride dragon riding mounts, and this is a dragon that you ride? What was the thought process? He's a really good looking dragon though. 196, Prestigious Bloodforged Courser. Yeah, we got a fucking unicorn this high. And yeah, I think he deserves it. He looks pretty good. 195, Krusty Crawler. You're so lucky I like you, Blue Crab. Don't step out of line or I'll drop you down to B tier. 194, Slayer's Fell Scorned Shrieker. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. That's a Demon Hunter mount right there. Oh yeah. 193, the original Black Kiraji Battle Tank. Much better than the updated version. This is the classic one. 192, Treetop Mountain Eagle. They finally added eagles, and I kept thinking when they did, they were going to throw some fucking big totems and armor all over it and make it a fucking war eagle. No. They actually gave us a regular-ass eagle, and I like it. 191, Prey Seeker's Wrath. 190, Prey Seeker's Hubris. And 189, Prey Seeker's Nightmare. These Mana Worm mounts are fantastic. Like, they feel like they capture the essence of the original Mana Worms from the Burning Crusade cinematic back in the day. Yes. 188 is the Dreadwake. 187, Breaker's Song. These ship mounts are great. Breaker's Song gets the bonus point of not being a fuck-ass storm mount and having a nice achievement to get it. It feels earned. 186, Fearless Gladiator's Stormdrake.
Oh, I love the Storm Drakes.
185, Grinning Reaver. Oh my god, I wanted this mount so bad for the entirety of Warlords of Draenor, and I never caved. I never caved and bought it, because this is where I started to really understand that when I saw someone riding that mount, I wasn't actually jealous. I was just mad. You get it. You've heard me do this same spiel however many fucking times. There's still more store mounts on this list. I'm seriously done complaining about store mounts now. I think we all get the gist. So let's just move on. 184 is the Peridot Dragonhawk. Very elegant, very beautiful. Again, the Dragonhawk mounts, they hit them out of the park. I don't mind us getting a bunch of colors of these because these are great. These are really, really nice, and they define the Blood Elf race. They're such a symbol of Silvermoon. So having a bunch of these, yeah, I am okay with that. 183, Fierce Gladiator's Stormdrake. The best of the Gladiator Stormdrakes. 182, Venomhide Ravasor. I raised this guy. He is my son, and I will cherish him forever. 181, Trained Silverpelt. This guy stands out. And he's just the garrison one, but look at that shining purple coat. 180, White Skeletal Warhorse. I wish this guy didn't wear the stain of being obtained from the Argent tournament on his back, but he looks so good that it doesn't even matter. 179, Ivory Cloud Serpent. They kind of surprised me with how nice the new Cloud Serpents were in BFA when they decided to bring us back to the Vale of Eternal Blossoms. The Ivory one was a great choice. Cenarian War Hippogriff. I specifically remember as I leveled my first character, I would look at any hippogriffs I came across and being like, that would make such a cool mount. I want to ride one of those fuckers. 177, Great Northern Elderhorn. Love the moose. This is a handsome looking moose. 176, Subterranean Mag Mammoth. This is the best of the Mag Mammoths. The blue fire stands out way more than regular magma fire. And we get a lot of mounts that are fell fire, and I feel like that's kind of losing its charm on me as well because of how much we have. Blue fire hasn't lost its appeal for me. 175, Blood-Bathed Frostbrood Vanquisher. It's just as cool today as it always has been. 174, Cliffside Wilderdrake. Again, like I said about the Velocidrake, I wish these ones got a little bit more love in terms of the special customizations, the full transformations, but this guy didn't need it. I love the sleek look of him. I feel like I rode him the most out of the dragon riding mounts because he took up the least space on my screen. He just looked sleek and it felt faster. 173, Onyxian Drake. Love a mount that just looks like the boss it drops from. 172, Banlu Grandmaster's Companion. Every time you get on this guy, you feel like a fucking monk. You feel like you're pondering shit. 171, Thalassian Charger. Ooh, this new Midnight model looks good. Very, very good. 170, Ghastly Charger. There's something special about this guy. He's good. I really like the undead horses. They've ranked pretty highly so far, a lot of them anyways, and I love that this one flies. 169, Wild Glimmerfur Prowler. These foxes are good. They're starting to err on the side of adding too many. And I don't want to have unicorn bloat happen to my lovely little foxes, because these are good models. 168, Temperamental Skyclaw. The Slyverns are great. These are really nice models, and I hope we get more Slyverns in the future. Not too many, though. 167, Ruby Panther. 166, Sapphire Panther. 165, Frost Shard Infernal. I'm a sucker for these Infernal mounts, and this is a good color for it. 164, Silky Shimmer Moth. 163, Amber Arden Moth. 162, Vibrant Flutterwing. What do these mounts have in common? Nothing at all. 161, Jeweled Onyx Panther. Yeah, this was the king of the Panthers, and for a reason. It looks really nice. At 160, we have the Forsaken's Grotesque Charger, and 159, we have the Wailing Banshee's Charger. Kind of a sleeper hit off the trading post. I mean, there's been some good mounts off the trading post, but these ones are really nice. 158 is the Heavenly Onyx Cloud Serpent. I feel like even though you can get this from Mists of Pandaria Remix, or you could, it still hasn't lost its... Ooh. That's ooh. He's ooh. Ooh. 157 is the Icebound Frostbrood Vanquisher. Said it once, I won't say it again. 156, the Headless Horseman's Hollowed Charger. Remaking the Headless Horseman's mount was a weird choice that kind of paid off. New versions look phenomenal. I like that we have different versions, but I think the fact that this is the worst of the bunch and it's this high on the list, ho 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 ho. 155 is the Ironbound Proto-Drake. The runic nature of this mount, and the fact that it's a Proto-Drake.
Oh, baby.
154, Green Proto-Drake. Again, I love Proto-Drakes. You're going to be seeing a bunch of them up here, let me tell you that much. And this was the first one I was able to get in my young age. This actually, I think this is what I would classify as the first mount that I was really proud of to get. Way back in Wrath of the Lich King. Like, I did that stupid grind, I got that stupid egg, and the dopamine hit of seeing this thing hatch from it is probably what set me on this path to get where I am today, talking about 1,500 fictional beasts. 153 is the OG Headless Horseman's mount. Nothing wrong with this guy. No notes. Oh my goodness, the glow, the feel, the vibe, the name. 152 is the Heavenly Crimson Cloud Serpent. In my opinion, this is the best of the Heavenly Cloud Serpents. 151, Harbor Griffin. Really, really nice. I love that this is an accessible free mount. 150, Thundering Ruby Cloud Serpent. The red Cloud Serpents are, like, I don't know what it is. They draw me in. The color is so beautiful. It's amazing. And I also love the method of obtaining this one from Alani. I really liked the farm for Sky Shards for some reason. I'm a sick little freak, I guess. But I love having this guy. 149, Skull Ripper. We need more mounts that have no saddles, no armor, just raw dinosaur. 148, Vitreous Stone Drake. He's shiny, he's got a good design. Enough said. 147, Pureblood Firehawk. The Firehawks are eye-catching, without a doubt. I mean, even after all this time, it's hard not to look at the Firehawk when you see it. It's a hawk made of fire. Although I wish they would make a blue Firehawk tour. 146, Violet Spellwing. This is one that I wish didn't return for Legion Remix. For Mists of Pandaria Remix, you couldn't get the Ahead of the Curve mount, so why can you get this one in Legion Remix? Despite all of that, it's such a nice mount. Look at this thing. It's beautiful. 145, Swift Albino Raptor. This is just the colors. Something about a white mount with vibrant colors that, like, it makes the white pop out even more. Ooh. 144, Spawn of Horidon. Fucking love a mount that's just, like, he's the same as the boss you fought. You just get, like, it looks like him and you just get him. And this is a great one. The Direhorn models were all great. Forsaken Warhorse. We talked about the other Argent Tournament Forsaken mount recently. Both of them were phenomenal from the Argent Tournament. The Argent Tournament sucks balls, but these are so good. 142, Grand Armored Griffin. You've heard it. I won't say it again. I love these griffins. I just said it again. 141, Unbound Star Eater. I love this one a lot. The texture of it, the stars flowing through it, it feels very cosmic and whimsical. It feels like a Dimensius mount. I think it just would have worked better as the heroic Ahead of the Curve mount and we got something a little more imaginative to represent Dimensius on more of a scary eldritch scale than just the cosmic one, you know? 140, Frey Feather Hippogriff. Oh my days. 20 fucking years ago, I'm leveling through Ashenvale and I see Sharp Talon. The vibrant blues of this majestic beast. Oh my god, I wanted to ride him. And now we can. I think this was a really good choice as a time-walking mount to represent Classic. 139, the Morning Flourish Dream Saber. 138, the Winter Night Dream Saber. These cats are such an inspired addition to the Emerald Dream, and getting them as druid forms was the best. I love these mounts so much. 137, Storm Touched Bruffalon. Look at this. Look at this guy. He's tough. He is tough. That is a built moose. That guy is on something, and he will kick your fucking ass. 136, Obsidian Worldbreaker. I mean, yeah, it's fucking Deathwing. 135, Silverwind Larian. The Larians are so nice. They're like heavenly griffins, and I love the griffins. And the method of obtaining the Silverwind one was really enjoyable. I liked it. It felt like exploration and discovery and puzzle solving all at once. Very nice. 134, Blue Proto-Drake. The icy scales of this guy stands out so much. There are so many blue mounts in this game that are not real blue, or they're so drab. But the fact that this one is so vibrant and feels so cold, it represents Northrend so well. The Proto-Drakes are just immaculate design, and this one is no exception. 133, Noble Bruffalon. 132, Void Scarred Griffin. He's purple, but he's a griffin, so it makes it very hard. 131 is the G-Mod. This one feels like a good made of Dazara lore. 130, Liberated Slyvern. Fuck the drop rate on this thing. I got lucky and I have it, so I'm better than everyone else who's still farming it. 129, Mossworn Charger. 128, Sanctum Gloom Charger. 127, Soulbound Gloom Charger. The Maw Horsies are very nice. I think if they could fly, they would probably crack S tier. 126, Sandstone Drake. Who doesn't love turning into a fucking dragon? And the stone drakes are all very nice. Getting to turn into one, oh yeah. It's from archaeology. I love archaeology. Oh yeah. 125, Crimson Death Charger. I am so sorry to the person who listed this mount for 40,000 gold a couple years ago and I sniped it. I feel like you made a mistake. I think you were missing a 0 on your listing, or you didn't know what this was worth. Regardless, now I have it. 124, Grand Griffin. Love them. 123, Fellblaze Infernal. Oh, I love the Infernals, and this is like the epitome. Like, this is an Infernal. They beefed it the fuck up, and it's so well done as a mount. Like, it's such a great choice to have this drop from Gul'dan. 122, Big Blizzard Bear. You can't, he's got a little guy on there and he's waving a flag. I mean, that's great. This isn't even the best bear mount that has a guy waving a flag. Stay tuned. 121, High Lord's Valorous Charger. The color scheme isn't even particularly astonishing on this one, and I rated it this high because of how nicely it feels like it captured the Paladin aesthetic. This is a really good class mount. 120, it's a dancing bear. He's actually, like, that's not false advertising. This dude he's hitting that shit. 119, Hexed Vilefeather Eagle. Is so beautiful. It's so witchy. It feels very Drustvar-esque, but in an Amani way. I feel like it captures the exact vibe that it's going for very well. Love this mount. 118, Ivory Savage Mane. Very pleased that we got a plain one of these dinosaur models. 117, Spirit of Ekero. Not only is this a cool as hell spectral moose, he's a hero. And he is the reason High Mountain Taurens have those big ass antlers. This guy is special. Treat him as such. 116, Ivory Grimlynx. The one that you get for just unlocking Haranir. The color scheme is immaculate on this. I really, really like the look of this mount a lot. 115 Cinder Plumed Highland Griffin. We've gone over my obsession with griffins. This is a very nice one. We're gonna move on. 114 Shaw Warped Riding Tiger. Ooh, I wish I could get this mount without paying $18 million. 113 Fallen Charger. Golden version of the beautiful Mossworn Chargers that I love so much. Yes, he's cool. Yes, he's awesome. Yes, he's cool. 112 August Phoenix. Sucks to be you if you were one of the people who have the original Mop Phoenix mounts, because this one blows them out of the water. Like, maybe you're a fan of the more drab colors on the original ones. I'm really not. Number 111, the Predatory Bloodgazer. I have not given two fucks about the pet battle system for 99% of my time playing this game. Raising my baby Falcosaurs into the beautiful mounts that they are, I grew so attached to them, I named them. 110, Jigglesworth Senior. Whoever designed this needs 3 raises immediately. 109, Leaping Vein Seeker. This mount might be largely affected by some personal bias because I have a very fond memory of the moment that this mount dropped when my brother was in the room for like 30 seconds, so it was extremely hype. 108, Champions Treadblade. If you were around for the era of the fucking TV show about making World of Warcraft motorcycles and then they put them in the game, like, what a wild separate promotion that was so fucking cool for no reason. Who came up with that? And why aren't they king of the presidents? 107 Inkscale Deepseeker. These new seahorses are great. I don't have a lot to say about most of them, but they're very, very elegant. 106 Corehound. The original Corehound mount deserves to be high on this list because of how iconic Corehounds have been since Molten Core. 105 Crimson Tide Stallion. 104 Silent Glider. A lot of Najutar stuff going on. Let me tell you something. Mixing a 1% drop rate with an 8-hour spawn timer is insane work from Blizzard. Usually it's one or the other. Long timer, low drop rate. Putting both is so mean, and fuck you all, I have the mount. 103 Vicious War River Beast. This is a river beast. This big fucking hippo, like, I wish I had this mount. It's so funny that this exists compared to the Draenor river beasts that are putrid by comparison. 102 Primal Flamesaber. Wicked mount. Yeah, Primal Flamesaber's up here because I like Here's the Storm, and it's a good mount. What are you gonna do? 101 Felborn Chimera. What a brilliant hybrid idea to take chimeras and make them Corehound themed. Simply inspired, a really beautiful execution all around. None of these are bad. They're all really, really great. Number 100, the only mount on this list that I have acquired while being completely butt naked, the Void Talon of the Dark Star. Now you might be thinking to yourself, whoa Tyler, I'm picturing you naked and you're huge. Thank you. 99, Headless Horseman's Ghoulish Charger. Yup, very nice. 98, Gooey Snailamental. Brilliant name, brilliant look. Like I said, I'm a sucker for blue fire, and this is just amazing. All around. Snailamental. 97, Illidari Fellstalker. I didn't expect to get so attached to this model, but it feels so iconic, and it was invented in the Legion expansion, yet it feels like a demon I've been staring at like ever since the Burning Crusade. 96, High Shaman's Airy Griffin. I love griffins. 95, Swift Spectral Tiger. 94, Spectral Tiger. Don't ask me to tell you the difference between these two, because it's their knees. it's their knees, I think. Get ready to have your little dick blown by these next mounts. 93, Vicious Black Bone Steed. 92, Bone Steed of Oblivion. 91, Bone Steed of Bloodshed. 90, Bone Steed of Plague. 89, Vicious White Bone Steed. 88, Bone Steed of Triumph. We're getting to the point of the list where the mounts are so good. These horses are so good. Like, I don't even have to explain why. You know these mounts are awesome. 87, Underrot Krog. Underrot was the best dungeon in BFA, and this... Oh, what a reward. Too bad I don't have him. 86, Infernal Direwolf. Now, I have gone over how much I like the Draenor wolves, and this one's all green and green. Now, you might be saying, Tyler, how is this different than putting a purple effect on the other mounts? They just slapped a green one on this one. Well, no, actually. This is different. 85, Dark Moon Dirigible. This is absolutely the epitome of what the Dark Moon Fair should be about. Like this, they hit the nail on the head with what should cost 1,000 tickets at the Dark Moon Fair. Number 84, Calamitous Carrion. Mayhaps recency bias. I'm willing to admit that's a possibility, but I'm looking at these guys, I really, really like them. This feels like what the Plague Rocks from Maldraxxus were trying to be, and this does it 10 billion times better. Oh my god, I love these models. 83, Thundering Onyx Cloud Serpent. Now this is another one where we're going to have to travel back to my childhood to get the full picture here. I would spend days on the Timeless Isle with my brother Joe. And one day, Joe got the mount. Now, that's great, big brother. I'm so happy for you. I know you're not a mount collector the way I am, but I'm very grateful that one of us could have this mount. He proceeded to sing Thunderstruck by AC/DC in my face. Anytime we would play together going forwards, he would ride the Thundering Onyx Cloud Serpent and sing Thunderstruck. I have not forgotten this, Joseph, but I have forgiven. 82, Dusky Waycrest Griffin. This is a nice bird. 81, Emerald Drake. When I get my hands on the blazing drake, I will not ride it, but I will ride this. Up next at number 80, we got the High Lord's Vengeful Charger, and number 79, the High Lord's Golden Charger. Capping off our long sandwich of paladin mounts. 78, the Infinite Time Reaver. Now, I hope that story about the Thundering Onyx Cloud Serpent is still fresh in your head, because it didn't happen again. But what it did was create a sense of fear. I would run time-walking dungeons with Joe, and I feared that he would get the Infinite Time Reaver, and I hear, if I could save time. Shut your fucking mouth! 77, Dread Raven. Ooh. 76, Corrupted Dread Wing. Ooh. These Raven models, I mean, apparently I'm a sucker for Ravens, because the Calamitous Carrion, Dread Raven, Corrupted Dreadwing, these are all really nice big birds. As much as I like the Eagle mount that got added, the Eagles feel kind of flimsy, so do the Vultures and whatever. These guys have got what it takes. They will take me where I need to go and look fucking good doing it. 75, Otterworldly Autuk. This was a great reward for 500 mounts at the time. And then they decided to make dragon riding become sky riding and apply it to every flying mount. Except this one. Why? Number 74, Anuralos Flames Guidance. This is a beautiful mythic mount. And potentially the best part of this is them giving the druid form as well if you collect them out. 73 is the Molten Chimera. 72, Antoran Gloomhound. Well, wait. After the Gloomhound is the Cold Flame Chimera. What I say about blue fire? I've said it a bunch of times. I'll say it a bunch more times. Blue fire is the best fire. We need more blue fire, baby. Give me blue fire. Number 70 is the Bound Shadehound. This is probably going to be my hottest take in the entire video, is that I wish the Maw stayed as only letting you use Maw mounts within it. That was a great choice. I think it would have been perfectly designed if once you hit Revered with Venari, there is a safety Shadehound that you can just buy for Stygia or whatever. So if you don't have one and you've put in the time, then you can get one. Number 69. unpainted Mechanostrider. Everyone on the planet could learn something from the unpainted Mechanostrider. Every mechanical mount in this game could learn something from the unpainted Mechanostrider. In a world where everyone's painted in special colors from head to toe, looking all fancy, flashing in fire, oh my goodness, look how lighty-uppy my mount is. Not me, the unpainted Mechanostrider says. I like me just the way me is. I like you too, unpainted Mechanostrider. And I will try not to paint myself something that I'm not as I continue to grow. 68, Evening Sun Dreamsaber. Evening Sun is right. Look at the color palette on this kitty cat. Meow. Brilliant Dire Beak coming in next. You gonna make me explain myself why he's up here? Number 66, the Mystic Rune Saber. This was the straw that broke my ass when I was spending my days hating store mounts. I caved when they added this guy. I bought him. I'm not proud of it, but I also don't regret it. Number 65, Armored Frostwolf. We know I like the wolves, whatever. Number 64, Plagued Protodrake. Oh my god, I would kill everyone for this mount. I want this so bad. Every time I get a black market container, I am praying it has this inside it. What a beautiful model. And it's legacy, so it's just even cooler. Arcanist's Mana Saber up next. I told you I like cats. This one's a big, good cat. 62, Corridor Creeper. This is the Shadehound that I earned in the first couple weeks of the expansion, and I was so very proud of it, because while you peasants are walking around in the maw complaining and whining and wishing you were a druid, I was riding my fucking Ferrari. 61, Luminous Starseeker. Oh, I really wish these Panthara mounts were obtainable in the game. And by that I mean there's only one Panthara mount and it's not obtainable in the game. Snowfeather Hunter up next. You know I like the Falcosaurs, and look at him, he's snowy. 59, Solar Spirehawk. Best world boss drop by a mile. I don't know why we don't have the actual model for Rookmar as a mount. Hopefully that changes sometime soon, but I'm not complaining because the Solar Spirehawk is delightful. Shadow Dusk Dreamsaber. Yes, I absolutely love this mount. No, it should not be the reward for the Glory of the Dream Raider achievement. Number 57, the Bronze Aquilon. Wow, I did not think they could make the Aquilons any cooler. The color scheme is brilliant on this thing. It is very, very nice. Number 56, Vicious White Warsaber. Maybe the only reason ever to want to play Alliance. Am I right? Number 55, the final mount in A tier, the Raven Lord. I talked about the Green Protodrake being my introduction to that dopamine hit of farming these rare mounts. I think Raven Lord was the first one that I targeted after the Green Protodrake, and it sits close to my heart because of it. From the color of his feathers to the color of the armor, the way it all contrasts together, he's really, really something. I have carefully picked and edited and reviewed and revised and restructured this list to ensure only the best will be seen from here on out. Coming in at 54 at the bottom of S tier, Dustmane Direwolf. What a gorgeous color palette for one of these wolves. And it feels a little extra special because it can only be ridden by leather workers. It feels like it just has a little extra identity to it from that. And it is really a handsome puppy. Number 53, the Infinite Armordon. Very sleek color palette. The Armordon design itself is very, very nice, and I like that it was going through the flights. And the Infinite one arguably has the coolest color palette, so it makes sense that this is the best looking of those Keystone mounts. Coming in at number 52, the other Hound of Sargeras, the Antoran Charhound. These hounds are phenomenal. Such peak design. that gives an immediate uniqueness to the demons that we face in Antorus compared to everywhere else on the planet. Not only that, these guys have character. Like, to get to the boss arena when you're like blitzing through a raid and suddenly the dogs just fucking jump away right before you pull, and now you gotta wait like a couple minutes before they come back, that's kind of hilarious and kind of amazing. Number 51, Warlord's Death Wheel. Yeah, this is a really nice, stupid horde motorcycle. I don't think if I was tasked with designing a horde motorcycle and you gave me 200 years to come up with something, I could not have done a better job than the designers of this mount. It is so authentically horde and barbarically engineered. I love it a lot. Starting off our 50 best mounts in the game, Harmonious Salutations Bear. It's from China. Of course it is. Why would we get something so harmonious in our American salutations? We won't. Number 49, the best of the 4 Falcosaurs, the Viridian Sharp Talon. The subtle greens and purples mixing and mingling together on this pretty bird. Ooh, Sharp Talon indeed, because he's looking sharp. That's what I meant by that. Number 48, the Azure Water Strider. This guy might have every other mount beat for hours spent being ridden by a player just because of the time when this was the only mount that could walk on water, which meant everyone had it as their default ground mount. I mean, why wouldn't you? You could run into water at any moment, so you may as well be riding a mount that can just cross it. This guy single-handedly changed the fabric of reality because he made it that Blizzard had to introduce water walking mount equipment later on, and mount equipment as a whole. He is also very good looking. That is a nice bug. I like these big old water bugs. Number 47, Lucent Hawkstrider. The only drawback for this mount is that when I preview it, my legs clip through it like a motherfucker. Pushing that aside, this is the best remaster of a mount we have ever seen in the game. I have no doubt about that. Taking the Swift White Hawkstrider and remastering Magister's Terrace to a whole new dungeon and creating a whole new mount that is based off of that original mount, oh my goodness, they hit it out of the fucking park. The armor on this Hawkstrider looks so good. The new HD models of Hawkstriders look so good. It all weaves together to create such a beautiful mount. Definitely one of the high points of Midnight's mounts so far. Number 46, the Smoldering Ember Worm. This guy stands out like crazy. I don't even think I would want a blue fire version of this mount as much as it would look phenomenal, I have no doubt. I don't want anything like it. I don't ever want to see something trying to be what this mount is, because this mount came out of nowhere and is so cool. The method of obtaining it was great. I got to solo it during Legion on my prop pally, and that was such a feat of strength. I felt so good after I was able to pull that off. This mount is so very special. It's unique. It is beautiful. It is so threatening and imposing and fiery and raw. And it looks like the boss that you get it from. Number 45, we have Tiger. And that's only because at number 44, we have the Swift Zulian Tiger. But before we go there, let's talk about Tiger. Way, way back in the day, there was an urban legend that you could obtain the Bengal Tiger, or Tiger Mount, from some secret vendor in a cave in Stranglethorn. There was never any truth to these rumors. It was all just fabricated garbage. But this mount has such a reputation because of that. And it is in the game files. And there's a chance that this mount actually does exist in the game on someone's account due to a Make-A-Wish request. Which, this mount is already very, very beautiful. And if that doesn't warm your heart, you're a sick fuck. This deserves to be this high on the list because the next spot, the Swift Zulian Tiger, absolutely belongs in S tier as well. The bright, vibrant coloring of these mounts, I mean, we don't have anything like this. We have so many cats, but there isn't one that's just saying, fuck you, I'm an actual tiger. Everything else has to be something else. You know, it's got different colors of stripes and spots, or it's a mechanical tiger, or it's on fire, or it can fly. Something setting it apart. These mounts just say, I'm a tiger. Speaking of mounts that only exist on one account in the entire world of Warcraft, the fluorescent green Mechanostrider. This thing is such a lesson to all that you don't play with fucking fire. You don't look a gift Mechanostrider up its teeth. You don't squirt mud on the floor and refuse to clean it up. Those are all very real expressions. The fluorescent green Mechanostrider was given to a player by accident. And the player said, I don't think this is the right one. Is this even a real mount? And the dev said, you know what, kid? You got a good heart. You got a good head on your shoulders. I'll let you keep this mount and be the only one in town who's got it. As long as you never try and sell your account on the internet. I'm gonna sell my account on the internet. They took that mount away so fucking fast. That's pretty hilarious. And the fluorescent green Mechanostrider exists in Season of Discovery. The fact that they decided to throw this mount in as a drop from the new Nomergan raid dungeon, that is a really, really great flavor. Number 42, the Seething Slug. In a world where we have so many fuck-ass snail mounts and only one slug, this guy stands out. All those snail mounts have a mount special where they jump back into their shell and do some little spin around. What does the slug do? He does the slowest figure 8 you've ever seen in your entire fucking life. Number 41, the Swift Frostwolf. There ain't nothing special about him, and there doesn't need to be. This is a Frostwolf. I have a Frostwolf armor set just so I can ride this mount and look the fucking part. Number 40, the Astral Cloud Serpent. As much as I love the other color palettes they came out with for the Astral Cloud Serpent, nothing can beat the original embodiment of celestial energy, this fucking guy. Oh my god, what a brilliantly inspired design for a mount. A Constellation Cloud Serpent is so cool. It will never not look phenomenal. It also looks like the boss you get it from. There is something to be said about becoming very familiar with a creature in this game and then one day getting the ability to ride it. The War-Stitched Darkhound. This is such a familiar looking creature, updated for glorious modern day, but I mean, you trace the Darkhounds back all the way to Classic WoW. You make an undead character and you see these Darkhounds running around with these colors. Finally having one of these as a mount is great. It is so worth the wait now that we finally have this, because it is beautiful. It just evokes nostalgia for Tears Fall. And the method of obtaining it is pretty sweet. Mission table, baby. Number 38, the Tombstalker. Yeah, I've talked about how much I love these dinosaurs. This one's a fucking skeleton dinosaur. This one's a fucking skeleton dinosaur. Now somehow, when I was making this list, I did something unthinkable. I forgot someone. I forgot someone that without a doubt belongs in S tier. And I have never felt more terrible than I do for forgetting the wonderfully hard-trying Kuafon. He couldn't even fly. We got a Terran and he couldn't fly. He was too scared to fly. He was a ground mount, and then a patch came out where we taught him to fly. And he's so good at it now. Number 37, Long Forgotten Hippogriff. Before I even hit max level, I was camping the few known locations of the crystals that help you get this mount. We didn't know there were 40 fucking crystal locations around the map, so I wasted a lot of time. But eventually, I got it, and I'm so glad I have it. This pink pretty little birdie. Oh, he's great. Number 36, fossilized raptor. Skeleton fucking dinosaur. He's a skeletal fucking dinosaur. You get him from archaeology, and he just looks like archaeology. If someone asked you, what's archaeology? You'd say skeleton fucking dinosaur. That's what it is. This is what it is. Number 35, honeyback harvester. Potentially, one of my favorite grinds in all of WoW was just flying around collecting honey for this mount. It was so calming. Stormsong Valley has such a peaceful air to it. It feels so homey and country and honey. There's honey now. Number 34, the Algarian Storm Rider. You had to go and make the coolest fucking customizable mount locked behind a goddamn paywall. Oh my god. This mount is phenomenal. It's so cool, and they knew that, and it makes me a little upset. But remember that I'm not complaining at all? Number 33, Tyvon. I complained about the brown furred spiky Bakar because I felt like it stole some of Tyvon's thunder, but Tyvon's got a couple things that little Bakar doesn't. Tyvon's got the sheer size. This guy is fucking huge. This is Clifford. This is a dog that doesn't even care. It doesn't run. It trots. It's a trotting dog. And he's giant and he's trotting and he's cute and he's great. Number 32, the Bloodfang Widow. I don't think we needed the vicious spiders. We definitely didn't need the protoform synthesis spiders. This guy just felt special, and he was instantly recognizable, so far apart from every mount that had existed prior. This guy was something. And that something was a gold sink to try and help fix the economy. Didn't work, Blizzard. Number 31, Glacial Tidestorm. Oh my god, we're getting to such good mounts. We get to talk about such great mounts now. Oh my god. Amazing. Such a brilliant design to have dropped from Jaina Proudmoore. Not only is that fight brilliant, I'm sure I wouldn't care as much about this mount if it was a shitty fight. That's actually not true. This mount's amazing regardless. This is by far the best elemental we've been given. The shaman elementals are cool, but they kind of just look like a clusterfuck of wind and whatever. This is a solid water elemental that's got like frozen bits in it. There's fucking fish in there. Oh my god, this thing is peak. Without a doubt, peak. So good, so well done, brilliant, love it. Number 30, Light Forged Warframe. You have to earn the right to pay for this, and it's still fucking expensive. And while you're questing through Argus, grinding that reputation, you will see these mounts in action. In the raid, in the quests, these things are war machines. They are the front line of defense against the demons on this planet. Getting your own is like buying a fucking tank. In the middle of war, you just say, fuck it, I'll do it myself. Give me the keys. It is a masterpiece in design that you could take a mechanical suit and get it this high on my list because it is just filled with the burning glory of the light. Number 29, the Gilded Ravasor. This thing screams Dazara lore. It screams Zandalari, and it is beautiful. A glimmering, shining dinosaur, and the gold armor doesn't take away from the vibrant green scales of this dinosaur, it brings it out. Everything about this mount is beautiful. The color palette, the way it runs, everything that's on its back, oh my god, beautiful. If you're getting sick of seeing Proto Drakes this high on the list, go somewhere else. Number 28, Violet Proto Drake. Oh, I love purple, and oh, I love Proto Drakes. Oh my god, this one feels good to earn. What a long, strange trip it was indeed. Number 27, Lothian Prowler. The fox before all foxes. This thing is truly special. I feel like no matter how many more similar mounts they add, none can take away what makes this one so fantastic. Number 26, Florendo the Furious. Fucking mechanical dinosaur. Oh my god, how is this the only mechanical dinosaur mount in the game? Like, imagine a robot dire horn, but then don't because this is better. So what's the point? This thing is so incredibly wicked. Like, it seems like if an 8-year-old grew up and was an adult and had an idea. Number 25, Wandering Ancient. Yes, it's free. Yes, it is fantastic. It catches the eye. And it changes based on the seasons. That's so cool. Number 24, the Priestess's Moonsaber. Holy cat. Cat with armor. It can fly. It is decorated so well. It flies so elegantly. The armor is like just enough. Number 23, the Spawn of Galacras. Ooh, now this is a glory mount. Proto Drakes, am I right? But this one's special. This one's got like fucking fire in its veins, man. Number 22, Fellstorm Dragon. The amount of dragons we've had in this game, it is shocking that so late into the timeline, they were able to cook something so masterful. Out of the naked storm drakes, this is the worst one, and it's coming in at number 22. Holy shit, these are good dragons. The light's flowing through it, but it's also the shape of the head and just the chains on it. Oh my god, it's so well designed. Number 21, Convalescent Carrion. Again, could be recency bias. This is the highest rated midnight mount on my list, and I feel like it deserves the spot. The blues complement the whites so well on this mount, and it's such a great use of the Raven model. It's really just stunning. It stands out so much from the other color. Like, and I love the other color. I love both of these mounts, but for very different reasons. Because this one seems unnaturally magnificent, whereas the other one feels like realistically necrotic. Number 20, Lay Feather Hippogriff. A level of arcane beauty that is unseen thus far. The hippogriffs are great mounts, and this just takes it to another level without going overboard. The hint of magic that surrounds this thing, where you can't tell if it's just, is that a natural beast that's been slightly imbued with magic, or is it overflowing with magic and it's all just arcane energy taken form into a hippogriff? Who fucking knows, but it's so cool. Number 19, the best cloud serpent in the game isn't even from Mists of Pandaria, the Rajani War Serpent. Take a look at how the color scheme compares with the Convalescent Carrion. You can see why I like both of these so much. Whites and blues really complement each other in this game, and especially with these two mounts. I mean, they just catch the eye. They are so satisfying. They're both vibrant, but not blinding. We are clearly getting into the best of the absolute best. I'm tempted to say the Rajani War Serpent marks the unofficial start of our S+ tier, but I don't have that written down, so don't tell anyone. Number 18, the Grove Warden. When you saw I started rating the mooses pretty high, you knew this moose was gonna be pretty high. This is the moose to start all mooses. I can't believe we got this good of a moose before we even had any other moose. I feel like you will see this one all the time. You will still see people riding this mount in 20 years because it is just that good. It secured itself a spot on so many people's action bars for the remainder of time itself. And again, I want to point out something that's prevalent here, which is there's clearly some magic at play, but it doesn't overdo it. Number 17, I mean, you knew it was going to be high, Ashes of Alar. You might even think that it's low, but we've got some great mounts coming up still. It is famous for a reason. It is eye-catching to this day, and no matter what little purple-tinted clone you try and throw at me, you will never steal what makes this mount special. You could not possibly taint it, and you could not possibly recreate the feeling that this mount has. All due respect to Belloren, you didn't even come close, buddy. Not even close. Number 16, the Island Thunderscale. We're not done with these guys yet. Number 15, this one might shock you, the Ravenous Black Griffin. Oh, to have a regular old griffin usable by Horde characters. And lucky enough, it is the absolute best color scheme out of all of these griffins. Looking at this one really makes me realize how much the armor actually hurts the Dusky Waycrest Griffin. It's still a great mount, but it really doesn't come close to how elegant it looks naked. More naked mounts, please. Coming in at number 14, the Valajar Stormwing. The very best of these storm dragons. The color scheme here is just immaculate. It looks so clean, and it's not trying to be something crazy because it does not have to be. I would not change a thing about these storm drakes. Number 13, Fabius. I would sit here and rave about how handsome he is, about his confidence, his persona, just this radiating energy of flawlessness. I would tell you all that, and in the same breath I would tell you, do not accept any drinks from this man. Number 12, sorry, not even cracking the top 10, Invincible. I mean, this mount, you know it and you love it. It's very hard not to. I mean, it's lore intensive, it is very well designed, and it just speaks for itself. The story that's told with this horse and Arthas, I fucking wish I had it. Number 11, the slightly better flying horse with a story to tell, Sin Runner Blanchy. Yes, I think this is better than Invincible. Something about just this red ghost horse that is actually a horse that we encountered 20 years ago in Classic, and now we get it as a mount because it's canonically dead, and it went to Revendreth. This horse got sent to Revendreth. This horse sinned so much in its life that it went to a realm of condemned souls. What are you hiding, Blanchy? And my God, are you beautiful. Starting off our top 10 best mounts in the entire game. This thing is one of a kind, and yet it uses an old model and is just reskinned in possibly the most creative way I've seen in the game, the Rat Stallion. Coming in at number 10, the giant sewer abomination Rat Stallion. Taking the regular old armored brown bear model and reskinning it into a giant sewer rat to be earned from the sewers of Dalaran, hilarious and amazing. Like, this is just such a perfect mount. I mean, it helps that I've spent this entire expansion absolutely obsessed with my rat pets, but having this matching rat mount just completes my aesthetic. I could not afford to put this any lower. It is just, I mean, it's Rat Stallion. Continuing our top 10 as we get close to the end of this list. Number 9, Midnight. Absolutely 1,000 times better than the fiery warhorse that originally dropped from Karazhan. I mean, you saw how high all the Bone Steeds were ranked in this list, because they deserve it. The Bone Steeds are such phenomenal designs, and Midnight is the epitome of Bone Steed design. Not to mention, the name is, whew, makes your taint shiver. Number 8, the Grove Defiler. I'm going to tell you right now, when I originally drafted this list, Grove Defiler was number 1. And then I realized I don't actually feel that way, and it kept getting bumped below other mounts. And again, I want to talk about how they didn't go crazy on making it so in your face, this is a Nightmare Moose. Like, they didn't have to have this glowing, pulsing energy shooting out of it or leaving this crazy trail of smoky nightmare farts. No, it's just a corrupted moose. A once guardian of the dream succumbed to the nightmare. It looks so foreboding and mysterious and dangerous. It's threatening, and it doesn't even feel like it's trying to be. It's just existing, and it poses a threat. I really, love this mount. Coming in at number 7, the Soaring Spell Tome. It works. It works so well. And I don't ride this mount on every character. I ride this on characters that it feels fitting, and it feels very fitting on my mage, and it's very fitting where you get it from, and it's very rewarding to earn it. I think the Mage Tower challenges are the best thing the game ever tried to do, and I'm so glad this is the reward for doing it. Because, yeah, they're Mage Tower challenges, so getting a spellbook from it seems appropriate. Very, very strong contender. One mount that I will never stop cherishing. Coming in at number 6, a mount that I see very often because I'm sure a lot of people love this mount as much as I do, Alunira. When they added the Algarian Storm Rider, I realized how much I wanted something in that vein, and then you start playing through the War Within, seeing all these Storm Rooks that the Earthen get to ride, and this mount is that, and it is better than that. She is sleek, she flies like a dream, the details are beautiful, she feels very properly elegant. But she wasn't good enough for the top 5. Coming in at 5th place, Thrayir, Eyes of the Siren. The legends foretold of a Storm Crow mount, and we waited. We waited to see what would be the source of this mount. Is it going to be coming from Heroes of the Storm, a cross-game promotion? Is it perhaps the next expansion is going to have Titans and Lightning, and this mount will be the pre-order bonus? We waited years. And when she finally arrived, she was given a name. Thrayir. Eyes of the Siren. She deserved the hype. Number 4, Brine Deep Bottom Feeder. Don't even get me started on how much I love this stupid fucking fish. This came out of nowhere. This is such a sleeper mount to they're just like, you know what? Yeah, here's a big fucking fish. Why not? Why? Oh, thank you. I like giant fucking fish. This guy looks so unique. There's nobody like him. We don't even have fish in the game that look like him. Like, what is he based on? Where did he come from? Look at those whiskers. Look at that saddle. Look at his fins. Look at, oh my god. I mean, I'm at a loss for words as we get to the top of this list, which is crazy because I've been waiting to talk about these mounts, and suddenly we're here, and I can't even describe this fish. Without a doubt, the best aquatic mount we have. Don't you dare reskin this guy or give me any fucking color variations of him in the future. Let him be who he is. A bottom feeder at the top of the list. Starting off our top 3, the Time Lost Proto Drake. Oh my god. To not have this guy at number 1 shows how fucking good the top 2 mounts are on this list, because I spent my life wanting the Time Lost Proto Drake. This mount is a living legend. Hours and hours across years and years for me to get the Time Lost Proto Drake. Oh my god, this thing eluded me. And now that I have it, it's just as fucking good as I always knew it was. There is something about this color scheme that is just stunning. I mean, the vibrant blues in its mouth and nose and eyes go such a long way in bringing out the whatever the fuck makes this guy so fucking special. He's so cool. Oh my god, he is amazing. Coming in at number 2, the Snapback Scuttler. Oh my god, they cooked. I knew I had to have it, and I was losing my mind, tearing my hair out, doing all the fucking Najatar requirements to get this thing, and then I got it, and I didn't know until I had it that it runs sideways like a fucking crab. Oh my god, whoever designed this needs to be kissed by me. It is, oh, I mean, and the mount special where you dig into the ground and then pop up, and it's just like, they pushed the limits. They did things I didn't think they would ever do with creativity for mounts. I mean, you're sitting on a treasure chest. Come on. I mean, this is such a perfect mount. It is so hard to beat. Fuck that little blue copycat they put on the trading post. You are nothing compared to the original snapback scuttler. The colors just stand out. It's just, and it's one of a kind. It's one of a kind. You can have 2 crabs in this game, but this guy is one of a kind, and he always will be. He's got little starfishes on him too. Like, I mean, oh my, it's just, it's perfect. And he's not even number 1. Let's all just take a minute and think about the Frost Plains Battle Boar. Nearly 1,500 mounts, and 3 hours later, we have arrived at the absolute best mount in the game, Johnny's Trash Pile. You turn into a Loa. It's got a custom sound effect of the Johnny laugh. You get to hold your weapon as this mount. Like, you turn into one of these dinosaurs, one of these saurids. These guys are so cool, and you get to keep your fucking weapon. This mount deserves this spot. It so well represents BFA, and you get it by doing fucking everything in BFA. This is how you make a reward. A reward that feels so good to earn, like it was worth the investment, like it is special and sets itself apart from everything else in the game. And it's just these little details on top that make it so unique. Not to mention, like, forget all the details. Just no weapon, no special sound effect. It's just you turn into this dinosaur. Even if you just rode this dinosaur, it would probably still be S tier. But the fact that you turn into this dinosaur, and it is, the colors are beautiful. I'm a sucker for fucking purple. And it's just the eyes, the hair, the stance, the run. I mean, it's all just, it is, you get to feel like a druid without being a druid. And nobody wants to play a fucking druid. It's, I don't even know how to put into words. After all this time, yeah, this is better than everything we have talked about so far. This is better. Well, whether you watched the whole video, watched it in 2 times speed, skipped to the end, thanks. If you're not yet sick of my voice, or maybe enjoyed my sense of humor in this video, then you might enjoy my other project that is wildly different from this one, but I'll have a link to it in the description so you can feel free to check it out. And please let me know any thoughts you have on this video. I'd really, really appreciate it. I've never made anything like this before, and if I wanted to continue making stuff like this, I'd really value any and all feedback. I'm the final Dorito.